Hey, y'all scoot this way. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom.
All right, shalom.
Shalom.
First, almost want to give all praise to Abba
Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushua, Ba'ashim, Kakadash.
Hey, divine speak to the elder and apostle, great millstone. We charge through the spirit, peace, much love, and salutation to the Lord of Israel. You so-called Negroes, Latin Americans, you are Jews, Israel, Christians, Bible. That time we got to see, year 2022. Hazy and Kolo Yahweh Shai K, the year eternal. All right, go ahead. This is First Maccabees chapter 6, verse 1. This is First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 1. And it happened After that, Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece. It made
So now this is the beginning of Esau's power. We started with Alexander the Greek, all right, because he came into power, took down the Persian Empire, all right, took King Darius down. All right, then the Greeks rose up, and that's the beginning of Esau's rulership and his power through this man, Alexander. Go ahead.
It made many wars, it won many strongholds,
Yup.
and slew the king of the earth.
Yup.
It went through to the ends of the earth and took spoils of many nations,
Yup.
and so much that the earth was quite before him. Whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up, and he gathered a mighty strong host, and ruled over countries, and nations, and kings, who became tributaries unto him.
They came tributaries unto the Greeks. So, and now this is Esau, and we know this is a so-called white man, and we know that when Esau did the same thing, what, in America, Rome, he did it all over again. Right, so this man has been in power going back from the Greeks, and he's ruled for a certain period of time. But the Lord allowed him to rule. See, the Lord set up Alexander to kick off Esau's blessing. All right, go ahead.
And after these things he fell sick,
Yup.
and perceived that he should die.
Yup.
Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable, and had been brought up with him from his youth,
Yup.
and parted his kingdom among them,
Yup.
while he was yet alive.
Mm-hmm.
So Alexander reigned 12 years, and then died.
Yeah, so those men he imparted to was his 4 generals: Antiochus, Seleucus, Ptolemy, and Last Numius. Those are his men. And they went out, and that's when the wickedness started growing throughout the world. Go ahead.
And his servants bare ruled every one in his place.
Yup.
And after his death they all put crowns upon themselves.
Yup.
So did their sons after them many years.
Is that so? When you read Daniel 11 chapter, and it speaks about east versus the south and the west, that was speaking about the 4 generals that Alexander brought up, and they parted themselves. And they ruled different parts of the known world. All right. So when you read Daniel 11 chapter, that's what it's speaking about. But go ahead.
And evils were multiplied in the earth.
So now evil was multiplied in the earth. So now that wickedness started growing up after those men when they started ruling. Go ahead.
And there came out of them a wicked root.
Yup.
Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been in hostage at Rhodes. And he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks.
Now go ahead, jump to 6:1. So now Antiochus, he was heavy against the Israelites, heavy persecution on Israel. All right, they took down our altars. We made us we couldn't sacrifice anymore. We couldn't do no more cutting of the flesh of the foreskin anymore. All right, Esau was doing those things because why? He was showing forth his power. And not that only, he was having us worship his gods and his idols. Because Esau, he wanted to do that with that whole one world order thing, and that goes back to the Greeks. That whole one world order, that goes back to the Greeks. The Greeks, man. The Greek Empire was surnamed the Greco-Roman Empire, was turned into the Roman Empire. All right, but go ahead.
But even to just go just a bit, just to add to that a little bit more, the original is the Tower of Babel, right? The original of one world order goes back to the Tower. The original goes back to the Tower of Babel, because that's when they all copied it.
Yeah, and that word means confusion. You read that in Genesis 11, it speaks about that. It goes how the whole world trying to make one language. And the Lord separated the languages.
This is 1 Maccabees chapter 6 verse 2. And that there was in it a very rich temple, wherein were coverings of gold, and breastplates, and shields, which Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian king, who reigned first among the Grecians, had left there. Wherefore he came and sought to take the city and to spoil it.
Yep.
But he was not able, because they of the city, having had warning thereof, rose up against him in battle. So he fled and departed thence with great heaviness, and returned to Babylon.
Yep.
Moreover, there came one who brought him tidings into Persia.
It's like go to 2 Maccabees. Second Maccabees. Second Maccabees. Yeah. Second Maccabees 6. To read the verse 2. Second Maccabees 2. Yeah. 2 Maccabees 6.
2 Maccabees 6:2, and it says, and to pollute also the temple in Jerusalem.
Yeah, so to pollute also the temple of Jerusalem. Go ahead, Al.
And to call it the temple of Jupiter Olympus.
You know, Jupiter Olympus, that goes back to a Greek god that they had set up. And also how we know also that this system all over again, because you go to Florida, they got called Olympias, Florida. You go to Washington. So that's what Scripture say. They covet lands and then after themselves. All right. So this is something that Esau's been doing. Like I said again from the beginning. So with the Greeks, go ahead.
And that ain't Garizim of Jupiter, the defender of strangers, as they did desire that dwelt in the place. The coming in of this mischief was sore and grievous to the people, for the temple was filled with riot and reviling by the Gentiles, who dallied with harlots and had to do with women within the circuits of the holy places, and besides that brought in things that were not lawful.
Yes, so they were defiling the temple of the Lord. They were defiling it. Go ahead.
The altar also was filled with profane things, which the law forbidded. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts.
So now it wasn't lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts, because why? Go ahead. He's going to speak for himself.
Or to profess himself at all to be a Jew.
Yet not to profess himself at all to be a Jew. So if you live in the time of Alexander and his generals, and you will put to death for certain things. See? But that's going to happen again. Because while we're coming to a time of also persecution of the church. So as that happened back in that time, it's going to happen again. It's going to be a curse to call ourselves Israelites. Because why? We're known as a threat to Esau's society. We're opposite of him. Because what Esau wanted us to follow him and be like him. That was the whole point. And that goes back to the whole one rule order. Go ahead.
Verse 7, and in the day of the king's birth, every month, they were brought by bitter constraint to eat the sacrifices.
So bitter constraints to eat sacrifices. You were forced to eat certain sacrifices. Go ahead.
And when the feast of Bacchus was kept, the Jews were compelled to go in procession to Bacchus carrying ivy. Moreover, there went out a decree to the neighboring cities of the heathen by the suggestion of Ptolemy against the Jews, that they should observe the same fashions and to partake of their sacrifices.
That's it. So it's the same fashions as what? As the Greeks. And what does Esau tell us to do now? Be like him, just walk in his ways, his image and his likeness. That's why they got Revelation 13 about the image of the beast, right? Because it's his system. It's his whole entire historic fact. You can say from Greek on Rome from now. That's his whole image. Because he wants you to be like him. He wants you to follow after his way. He wants you to forsake the things of the Lord. He don't want you to know who you are. That's why he wiped our history out. He tried to, but he failed. Because why? He wants to be the power of the earth. Because he knows as we wake up, we're going to come back to our power, we're going to know who we are, and we're going to preach and teach the power of God. This is why this knowledge is a curse to him, man. Go ahead,
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Speaking about Rome, go ahead.
And upon his horns 10 crowns.
Yep.
And upon his heads the name of blasphemy.
Yes, so the name of blasphemy. Go ahead.
And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard.
Alexander, go ahead.
And his feet were as the feet of a bear.
The person that means, go ahead.
And his mouth as the mouth of a lion.
Great Britain representing their strength, go ahead.
And the dragon gave him his power.
Because really, that all goes back to the elites, the Rothschilds, Gates, and DuPonts. Because they're the ones that had a power. They're the ones that make everything go around. They rule the world. Job 9:24, the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. Okay? It covered the face of the judges. That all started with them. All right? Go ahead.
And his seat and great authority.
Yup.
And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death.
Yeah, talking about Rome, because Rome was wounded to death. Go ahead.
And his deadly wound was healed.
And it was healed through what? Through America. Really going back to Britain, the mother of America. That's why the founding forefathers, they all came out of what? Great Britain. And they came over here to America. That's why you had the Revolutionary War. Go ahead.
Anyway, hey, Slock, right quick. I gotta grab this because we had spoke about it earlier, but then we kind of there now.
Okay.
This is Psalms 49 and 11. The inward thoughts is that their houses should continue forever.
Yeah, so they're in the inward thoughts to think that their house is going to continue on forever. Their dwelling places. Go ahead.
And their dwelling places to all generations.
Yup.
They call their lands after their own names.
Yeah, they call their lands after their own names. And now when we read that about, like I said again, about Olympians being Olympias
Florida, and other different places that brothers can bring out. You know, you got the Memphis in the pyramid. You know, the dollar. You got the dollar bill under what? What's the symbol under God we trust?
Hey,
you know,
it's lucky, but just even when you go to the name of countries, Africa. That's Africanus, Scipiano Africanus.
Yeah.
Right. That's the Spanish.
Yeah, they made America the American Vespucci. And New York the Third.
Yeah.
New York the Third was Edomite, and that's where they get the name New York from.
So no matter what, this is who they are. That's how you know who the man of sin is.
And
Now he's being revealed.
Is that it? Because why? Through characteristics. So the scriptures all through characteristics, and we're able to follow through what the characteristics that Esau does. He moves the same since just going back from the Greeks. He always moved the same way. He never changed the way he moves.
This is John 8:44. You're of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do.
Yep.
He was a murderer from the beginning and abroad, not in the truth.
Now this was talking about Israelites, because Yahweh Shah was cursing you niggas out. But we use this for Esau today now.
That's right.
Because Esau's the father of the devil. He lies all the time. He's a great devil. He the
prince of the power.
Yeah, he the prince of the power.
And the power of the air is Esau.
Let me get that Ephesians 2. Grab me that real quick. You was under the power of the air. Because that was Esau, man. Because the Most High gave him that power to rule the air. And that's what through the internet. That's how he was able to push forth his witchcraft, and his mission was through with the television, the different ways of these philosophies, way of life. It was to bring an image to you. To I think that's how I'm supposed to live. But that was opposite of what we were talking to the Bible.
Because there is no truth in him.
Yup.
When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own.
Yup.
For he is a liar and the father of
Yes,
it.
he is a liar and the father of it. And that's Esau, man. He's the father of lies. Which Jake was too. But we use this for Esau because this is the devil, man. He's the father of all lies. Because all lies come out of Esau. He's the biggest liar upon the planet. He done lied about his own history. He tried to cover some things and he didn't do. Yeah, go ahead.
And because I tell you the truth, ye believe me not.
Yeah,
And that's how you know it's talking about our people.
Exactly. Yeah, because
That's
tell you the
how
truth.
you
Yeah,
know.
do they believe it now?
It's not.
Yeah, because our people don't believe us. They don't believe what we're saying is true. No, you good.
Ephesians 2, verse 1 and verse 2, wherein time past ye walked according to the course of this world,
Yep.
according to the prince of the power of the air.
That's in the prince of the power of the air, and that was in that time of the Romans. But we know Esau, it's all Esau, man. It's all the so-called white man. He was the prince of the power of the air in that time, he is again in this time. But he's going down. You're at the end of your rulership because now we're living in a time we're at the fourth kingdom. We at the foot of it, the toes, which was mixed. We're partly strong and partly weak. With miry clay. So we're at the end of this iron miry clay. Because why? Representing what? That's why I speak about America being that melting pot where all nations come in, because it makes America weak. Because America accepts all people, you know. But every nation has their own individual entitlement, you know. Because when America goes down, they not all these people, they're gonna flee out of here, man. That's right. So that's gonna drop the American armies down. It's gonna certain things gonna do to the army. It's gonna weaken it. Because he accepted all people unto himself.
And on top of that too, it causes the prince of power of the air, because what does the wind do, man? It knocks you into different ideologies and thoughts, man. It's a whole bunch of confusion.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So like the brother said, that's why all nations got usually one people, but hey, they just add everything, man.
Hey, that's another reason why they tried to kill off Bill Cosby, because they didn't want him to control the airwaves.
Yeah.
So if you can control the airwaves, you can control the people, right? You can control the message, right? So if you pushing out all the propaganda, if you constantly pushing out all the intelligence, all the intellect, then hell, that's what the people gonna follow. Because you're gonna give them so much mind control, it's gonna control the people. And we know Bill Cosby got an issue with telling Esau who he really is.
And because he had that video,
You go back-
he had that nice ass video about
Yeah.
Esau.
Yeah,
about
man.
going into it. And it was
Yeah.
an edifying video, some good shit that came out.
That's right.
So when Esau knows that, and that's all goes back to the Rothschilds getting DuPonts. They run the what you call the TV porn.
That's right.
That's why they put homosexuality on there. That's why every time you look, they got the Edomite woman as a face of beauty.
Right.
You know, they do these things for reasons.
program your
to
brain.
program your mind and believe
right.
that you're lesser than them.
Hey, because we all work off of frequency.
Exactly.
Right.
And Jake thinks through images.
Yeah.
And Esau knows that. And that's why Esau always advertises what? Things through Jake. That's why we think Jake thinks images, you know?
Put a picture in your face and
make you want to go through. That's why they put his music videos so heavy. Because it puts you in a certain mind frame to believe that's how life supposed to be. You know, but that's a false image. That's the image of the devil. Because this image is what? It's everything that's against the Most High. And what's in music videos? Niggas with tattoos, a whole bunch of adultery, a whole bunch of women being half naked. You know, fornication, that's all that's in there. Because why? He wants to pollute your mind. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 13. For thou hast said in thy mind, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High.
Yep.
I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation, in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds.
Yeah, so that's why America represents the eagle, because the eagle is the most, the highest flying bird that can ever fly at the heights. And that's what America is. It flies the highest among all nations. And in his mind, in Esau's mind, believe that he can't go down. I will sit a lady forever. I will be no widow. So America believes because they got so high, like I said again, they got so high on a high pinnacle, and they feel like they can't fall.
And that's like that eagle. You know, we was watching that one show, Will Smith's son.
After Earth.
Yeah.
So
But when you see it, you know what I'm saying, that eagles, you know,
it was
kept
it was hot.
And no matter where he went, he knew where to go. Because why? He was above it.
Exactly.
So he could see everything, every move he was making, he was maneuvering, he could see it. Because that's why Esau up in the skies, man. Every move we make, you know, that's why they know back when they were supposed to go get Osama bin Laden. They could have got him if you wanted him, because you seen the motherfucker the whole time from space.
Satellite, that's why.
You already seen when the nigga was coming and going there. You knew where he was at the whole time. But you know, y'all played around, pranced around, bullshit around, you know, until for whatever reason, the least wanted it done. You know? Just like the weapons of mass destruction. You knew wasn't nothing over there.
Yeah.
You knew that I said now Osama bin Laden, but what's that? Saddam Hussein. They knew Saddam Hussein didn't have no fucking weapons. They knew it. Cause one Daddy Bush, they call him Daddy Bush. He fucking bombed them to the ground, man.
Yeah.
You know, they was fucking weak. He weakened Iraq to the fullest. They put so many bombs over there back in the early 90s, bro. It was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
during the, you know?
Yeah, and then Esau, what he did to Hiro Nagasaki.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
He bombed that shit. He always had the weapons of mass destruction, which was a nuclear.
Right, that's where the real weapons.
That's what it was.
That's right. Yeah, that's where the real weapons of mass destruction is here in America.
Yeah, because and motherfuckers was believing there was some different use of weaponry that no man never had.
No, but it's here.
It's all he already developed. It was a nuclear warhead, man.
Shit, Russia got it. You know,
they all got it
Britain
now.
got it. France got it. You know what I'm saying? But the crazy part is that, you know, it's just that long as Esau can have it, but when you got the other nations, they don't want them to have it.
Make nuclear deals.
Right.
Because America don't want to get bombed.
That's right.
They don't want to get destroyed. So they try to be smooth with everybody else. That's what I'm saying. They speak as a lamb, but really speak as a dragon.
Yeah,
you know?
He's a dragon.
Psalms 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Yeah, the words of his mouth was smoother than butter. So Esau, so right man, he knows how to play the game. He's real good at what you would say, fucking you over with his words.
That's right.
You know, what did he do to Gad? He did a lot of things to Gad.
Treaty
After treaty, make everything sound smooth. I give you this for that, but in the back of his mind, I'm about to destroy you, bro. Yeah.
But war was in his heart.
Yeah, war was in his heart. Go ahead.
His words were softer than oil.
Yep.
Yet were they drawn swords.
Yeah, yet were they drawn swords? Drawn what weapons?
Hey, you put oil on your body, that shit feel good.
Yeah.
You know, you get some baby oil, you oil yourself down and shit.
All shiny and
you all shiny, you know, that's how he make you feel. That's Esau. He can speak words, he make you feel real good and real elegant and shit.
Yeah, what he do with
You know?
the women, with the women's liberation, liberation.
Feminism.
He made them feel good.
Yeah.
He made you can do this, you
Give
can
you
do
rights.
that.
You know, let you put you over the man.
Then what do you do to chick?
Hey, he take his Edomite male, what was that, in like the late 80s, early 90s, create a dildo with that Edomite, and now you give you women rights to bust your own shit open. You don't need a man no more.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
They got what they call the rose now.
Yeah, he giving them freedom, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's what he do. That's his all. All that is his all, is that you, like, what did he try to tell you? How was shot? You know, hey, I can give you all the kingdoms of the earth. But he already owned the earth. It was already his, motherfucking you too. You know what I'm saying? So he understood it. He understood it, knew it.
Yeah.
You know?
But that's what Esau rules in deceit.
Yeah.
He's a master of lies.
That's right.
He can't rule no other way but in lies, because he can't rule the truth, because
That's
he is king of a fault. The only way for him to really keep his own power is for his lie to keep him power.
How you gonna How you gonna try to give the earth to the man who already created the fucking earth? You know what I'm saying? And the so-called white men do that shit. You will steal somebody else's shit, and then take it back and resell it to him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like only the devil gonna make that kind of move, bro.
Because he's the master nigga. See, Esau master the master of a nigga. He taught us how to be a nigga.
Yeah, he did.
Esau's a master nigga. Because you read about Cain and you go to the George secrets, it gets deep about Cain and his family line. And they was robbers, they was murderers, they were thieves. They were the first thieves on it. They were the first robbers and murderers on the earth.
First crime family.
The first crime family going back to the line of Cain.
Yeah, that's right.
So Tupac Cain. So that all go back to them. And them niggas was grimy. So what, you know,
He's the first grimy nigga.
first grimy nigga. So come on, man, we all get this shit from Esau, bro. Jake wasn't like this, man. We were never in a crab. We were never in a crab in a bucket.
Right.
We never had that crab in a bucket type mind frame.
Right.
So we got over here.
That really, like you say, they go back to their forefather Cain.
Cause look what
Go
they
right back to Cain.
Yeah, look what they do with each other. They war against each other. The revolutionary war between America and Britain. That's why they want to flee from the Brits, and they was taxing their ass, man, keeping them down and shit. Come on, Esau. That's how Esau moved, man.
They weren't seeing then too. And then too, in that time when Jake was ruling, I remember because during that time before Esau left from Britain, Jake was still in rulership. So they was under subjection. They were peasants. They were called. That's why when you go back to the Rothschilds, their original name was Bauer. It was Meyer Shire Bauer. And when you go back to the word Bauer, it means peasant. They were peasants, man. They were the nobodies, you know, of the land at that time.
Because why they're base.
That's right. They're base. That's right. They're base. That's right.
This is Luke 11:8. I say unto you, though he will not rise and give him, because he is his friend, yet because of his impurity. This is Luke 11:18. If Satan also be divided against himself, how shall his kingdom stand?
Yeah, exactly. So say be divided against himself, how shall his kingdom stand? And in that time, you had the Romans, you had the petitions, the petitions and what? And the flavors. The petitions and the flavors. And now in America, you got what? The Democrats and the Republicans, which was the same, like again, which is the same system all over again. But now they can't trade one to another, and they're gonna fall. And that's why you got the Edomites, you got the Bible Belt Edomites, you got the ones white power. So Esau's divided within their own country.
Liberals and
you know?
what they call the Republicans.
Yeah, because right now we live in a time right now when Esau's speaking about getting everybody beat up. You gotta be mandatory, and it starts to death. That's gonna start war amongst what? Not only Esau, but amongst the whole world. Because if people aren't gonna bow down to that, man. Now every Edomite you see is gonna take that beat. You know? You're gonna have motherfuckers fighting against each other, one against each other. That's what's going on. 2 16 and 15, but let me get back to that. What's that? Revelation 13. I'm gonna get back on that point. Yeah, we'll get those scriptures as they go.
It's Revelation chapter 13, verse 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat, and great authority. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast. And they worshipped the dragon which gave power unto the beast. And they worshipped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him?
So this is talking about America. Why? America is the beast. And it's all the same. It's the same. It's all the same system going back from the Greeks to the Romans, even to now. It's the same system being in play. Go ahead.
And there was given unto him a mouth, speaking great things.
So there was given to him a mouth speaking great things. Go ahead.
And blasphemies.
And blasphemies. Go ahead.
And power was given unto him to continue 40 and 2 months.
Yeah, for 3.5 years, it was 365 years that we was down in complete captivity. That we was subdued. That's why you got the Renaissance. Because they was going through changing the images of the Israelites, making them like unto themselves, by giving us with slave Bibles. That's what Esau was doing. So we didn't have no voice to speak. So he had time to push forward his agenda, so he can do his thing. That's why the Most High closed our mouths, which is by him putting his yoke upon our necks. Go ahead.
And there was given unto him a mouth, speaking great things and blasphemies. And power was given unto him to continue 40 and 2 months.
That was me. He was given a certain amount of time. He should rule. In a certain amount of time, we should be under what? Under subjection.
Hey, right quick. This is Job 14 and 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee.
Yes, so his numbers, his months are with thee. Go ahead.
Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
Yes, so that was appointed. Read that part again, Slucky.
Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
So there's a certain time for Esau to rule. So the Most High gave him a certain bound that he can't pass. And so right now we're living in 2022, and it's the instrument bad for America right now. Because why they're struggling, man. So Esau, he had a certain time to rule. He was given a certain time to be in power. And his power is being stripped from him because not only the purpose, we are teaching his destruction. We tell him that he's going down according to the scriptures. And now we're seeing that he has but an end. And his power's been falling since 1970. Since the 1960s, that's when our leaders came on the scene. And he's been falling from his power, from his height. Ever since then, from 1970 on down to 2022, America's been going through a decline. And Babylon the Great is waxing worse.
And that's all because that Israel has been able to wake up back to who they are.
Exactly.
So Esau falls as Israel remembers their power.
Exactly.
As we start coming back to our power, which Elder Abba-Bivens did that, he was the start of that. They started bringing us back out, bringing us out of that death state. Right? The sinews, what's that? Ezekiel 37 chapter. The sinews got started getting put back on our bones through Elder Abba-Bivens.
Elijah coming back.
Right.
So Elijah's coming back.
Right.
Restored us back to our understanding of this word.
Right.
So now Esau, you gotta go down, man. So now now at this point in time, we waiting for certain prophets to hit off. So we seen it right now with this whole, like I said, this whole beat. He wanna get everybody beat up. So we gonna see how this gonna play out. And this shit about to get hot in a minute, man.
Right. And you know that's how everything is spiritual. Nothing is carnal or physical because we didn't physically start pulling this devil down. It's just the teaching of the word.
Yeah.
Teaching other brothers. Hey, brother, you know who you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, you know you an Israelite.
Exactly.
Esau fall. Oh,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, he's trembling.
You know what I'm saying? You know he's howling, screaming. You know what I'm saying? Now he's like a roaring lion, right? What's 1 Peter 5:8? You know he's just everywhere now. You know what I'm saying? Because he's getting pulled. So every time we teach it and somebody learn and understand, come back to their members and know, hey man, this motherfucker, he just can't help but get snatched down, man, through the spirit, man.
Exactly.
You know, that's how you know nothing is carnal, it's all spiritual, man.
This is Luke 11:17. But he knoweth their thoughts said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and a house divided against a house fallen. So we know that the kingdom isn't with us, right? So we're fighting against Esau's kingdom. So therefore, there's two kingdoms in one kingdom. So yes, there's going to be strife, so it's not going to be able to stand. Only one can dominate. All right? That's why whenever we preach this word, we're speaking against this kingdom. All right? And they're speaking against us. So therefore, one of us got to get destroyed.
Somebody got to go.
And it can't last like this, man.
This is Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 16. Thy terribleness hath deceived, and thy pride of thy mind. O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, thou holdest the height of the hill. Thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle. I will bring thee down from thee.
Right, hey, so that's the point. Like we were talking about earlier about that little move, go right back to the eagle position, right? Because he's high. He's higher than everybody else. You know, his nest is higher than all the other birds. You know, here birds are making nests in this little tree. Hey man, he'll make a nest on top of the fucking building. At the very tippy top of that motherfucker. And you know what's that? Godzilla? No, not Godzilla. King Kong. How that nigga go up to the highest building, and but he'll go up there. You'll find a fucking eagle up there at the very tip of it.
Yeah, you will.
You know?
Because that whole thing represents Esau because that's his height of his power.
That's right.
Which means this man has a lot of strength. And when you go through all of the 50 states of America, you see why this bitch has been going on so long. Because it's a vast kingdom. You know?
I will bring thee down from thence, said Yahweh. Also Edom shall be a desolation.
So Edom shall be a desolation. So the house of Edom, the so-called white man, and they're going to go down. They're going to be also a desolation. Because the Most High is going to serve these other nations to go to war with this devil, man. Go ahead.
Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished.
Yup.
It shall hiss at all the plagues thereof.
Yup.
As in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighbor cities thereof, said Yahweh, no man shall abide there.
Is that no man shall consider the new ones brought there by brimstone and fire, and the men go out that same way, but by what? By war. According to Isaiah 9, speaking about what? The war.
bewildered. This war something will fuse and flame with fire. Which are the nuclear missiles. That's when the Lord's going to be within the missiles. The Spirit of the Lord's going to be within the missiles. It's going to guide them to open into Babylon to destroy you. Because that's the great judgment of the great horn. That's been written.
Neither shall a son of man dwell in it.
Yes, no, this place is going to be desolate. America, you ain't going to be able to, ain't nobody going to be able to live here no more. It's going to be it's going to be unlivable. Because why? All that damn radiation. And we're going to see the smoke of her burning from all the way we're in our kingdom in Jerusalem, man. For remembrance. For remembrance on what happens when you go against the Lord and his people. And when you speak blasphemies against the Heavenly Father and his Son.
Oh shit. Hey, Babylon gonna be the modern day freeze.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Hey, what was the remembrance?
Yeah,
What the Lord is doing?
Yeah, what the Lord is doing.
It's just a thought.
Hey, because niggas forgot about Sodom and Gomorrah. But America ain't nobody gonna forget about that judgment.
Hell no.
But that judgment's gonna be so great. Because that's why the scripture said that came out of great tribulation. Which was because tribulation is gonna be very great. And I said that last week speaking about how it's gonna be worse than slavery, which it is. This time we come in, it's about to be bad because the food's already run out of the shelves. Right? The shit's getting shaky, bro. So when this went on, even for us, we gotta gear ourselves up, our minds up with the service of Yahweh Shah. Some of us might have to die, man. And that's just going to be.
Faith is a big. Yeah, that's why when we was talking about it earlier, we were trying to do that video. But faith, man, you know, when everything goes back to faith. You know what I mean? Faith is a big ass structure for us because if you go back to Abraham had faith. He sacrificed Isaac because he had faith. He went to sacrifice Isaac. He didn't do it when he got the land because which Isaac represented the land, which was Isaac was going to be Yahweh. But the Lord gave him the land because why? He showed great faith. The Lord said, you would give up your only son that was born of a woman you love, of Sarah. You know, that in his old age, he was old. You know, it's just like Jacob and Rachel. He loved Sarah. You know, he had Keturah. You know, he had other wives, but Sarah was the wife that he loved like that. You know what I mean? And she wasn't able to have that child.
Everybody got that favorite.
Everybody got that favorite, man. You know? But the point is, faith. Right? It's his faith is what gave him the promise. Because he believed so heavy in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, like we talked about earlier. It was his faith that let him leave Mesopotamia. It's because his faith he left his family. You know?
And through faith, he got the law of circumcision.
That's
the
right.
Jews circumcised just on the 8th day of the eighth month.
That's right.
The 8th day.
That's right. There wasn't no physical shit. There wasn't no carnal fringes. There wasn't a few brothers wearing your fringes all day, every day. There wasn't no nothing carnal, man. It was straight faith. It was zero belief.
There's a lot of those things we didn't have. Abraham was walking over here. He walked with his faith. So, and that's why the scripture says in Galatians chapter 3 said, "Are we justified through law? No, we're justified through the faith. We're justified through faith. That's what's going to save us through the faith in Yahweh Shah." All right?
Behold, he shall come up like a lion from the swelling of Jordan against the habitation of the shrub.
Yep, that's some of Yahweh Shah, man.
But I will suddenly make him run away from her. And who is a chosen maid that I may appoint over her? For who is like me, and who will appoint me the time? And who is that shepherd that will stand before me?
Yep.
Therefore hear the counsel of Yahweh that he had taken against Edom, and his purposes that he had purposed against the inhabitants of Timon. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out.
The least of the flock shall draw them out. And that goes back to what? The Khazarians. Is it the least of the flock? All right, go ahead.
Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them.
Yep.
The earth is moved at the noise of their fall.
Yep.
At the cry, the noise thereof is heard in the Red Sea. Behold, he shall come up and fly as the eagle, and spread his wings over Basra. And at that day shall the mind of the mighty men of Edom be as the mind of a woman in her pain.
That woman in her pain, so they're going to be travailing. So all your big time military dudes, and they all going to be travailing that day because they're finna go down. And they're going to see it. And it's going to be a terrible thing to see this destruction take place in this time. Everybody's going to be in that state of travailing. But unless the elect, we're going to be hoping for the Most High to have mercy on us. But the rest of the world, they're going to be as blackness. They're going to be in great fear for the things that are coming upon the earth, man. Because this time, like I said again, we live in a time of prophetic times, and it's about to happen. We're at the end of this bitch in her kingdom. So, but the closer we're getting, to the Lord, hey, the more and more Esau is getting more wicked. The more and more he's gonna keep pushing his wickedness. And the more and more we gotta keep fighting through the spirit. Go ahead. That's on there. Get that revelation. So that's the time that's coming up now. So we gotta arm ourselves up, like I said again, with the servants of Yahweh Shai, to get ready for this this spiritual battle that's about to take place. You know, because Esau is coming with that great wrath, because he wants to stop us from preaching his word. And this is his downfall. He knows it, man. That's his main goal, to stop us, the mouthpiece of the Lord. Because if we never came up on the scene, America wouldn't get judged. That's right. See, we're the beginning of the kingdom of heaven. The elect. That's why we're ushering in through the words we speak, through us preaching and prophesying, and us telling the downfall of this nigga in his kingdom.
Hey, if it's not for Elder Bivens coming in and teaching us who we are, we'll still be on the sidewalks with our head down, crossing the street. Yeah, everybody's crossing. Yeah, we still cross our path. Yeah, we still be low level niggas, man. We want to have this knowledge, and that was all through Yahweh Shai. You know, that the Lord set that up. It said, "Elijah shall restore all things." Because the disciples, that's Matthew 13, the disciples asked, 17. They asked me, say, was this Elijah who thou sayest? You know, for this is John the Baptist. You know, who four spoke of.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 6. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against the Most High, to blaspheme his name, and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven.
Yeah, that's it. The angels he's painting out. That's why you go to some church, you got the angels painted as Edomites, and they got the whole thing with Cupid, the Valentine's Day, the Cupid, as a baby angels. Go ahead.
We're not gonna finish.
Okay. You got the angels cuddled up as little Edomite babies and shit. You know, just the finger, just the finger was that between Adam and the Most High, and the micro penis. You know, that's the shit that Esau does, man. And that was wicked as hell.
And you know, it's funny though, but it's a great depiction of the Edomites, because there's a lot of Edomites that got little peepees like that.
Yeah.
So you know, that's a good.
Yeah, because that's Esau, man.
Of Esau.
He a low level dude. And for you to even do that, you know, you're a real wicked ass individual to mock the Most High like that. And that's to show you how powerful these devils are, man. You know, for you to go around having a Messiah pin as a white boy, hey man, you a prideful nigga, man. You really must believe that you can't go down. And they believe in their own lies. They lie so much, they believe that the Messiah is an Edomite. They believe it heavily, man. Go ahead.
And it was given.
I want to get that. You had just brung it out. It's Matthew chapter 17. It's Matthew chapter 17, verse 3. Not what? Let me just go. Yeah. I'm just gonna start it because I'm looking at it. I'm gonna cut it up if I don't. Yeah, it's Matthew 17:1. And after 6 days, Yahweh shall taketh Peter, James, and John, his brother, and bringeth them up into a high mountain apart, and was transfigured before them. And his face did shine as the sun, and his raiment was white as the light. And behold, there appeared unto them Moses and Elijah, talking with him. Then answered Peter and said unto Yahushua, Lord, it is good for us to be here. If thou wilt, let us make here 3 tabernacles, one for thee, and one for Moses, and one for Elijah. Yep. While he yet spake, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them. Yep. And behold, a voice out of the cloud, which said, This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased.
That's now it's the Heavenly Father speaking out through the chicks. When you go into that image, you type it in on Google, that exact scripture, they got it painted as a UFO coming out of the clouds, and the Heavenly Father speaking through that. All right, we saw the chariots of the Lord. So the Heavenly Father was in the chariots and spoke that. So this is my love Son, whom I'm well pleased in. Yeah. You know. Go ahead.
Hear ye him.
Hear ye him, because why? Because representing Yahweh Shai was over the lawgiver and over the prophets. There was none greater than Yahweh Shai, because he was everything in one. Go ahead.
And when the disciples heard it, they fell on their face and were sore afraid. And that tell you how heavy Yahweh is. That voice. just a voice within itself, And Yahushua came and touched them and said, arise and be not afraid. And when they had lifted up their eyes, they saw no man, save Yahushua only. And that's another thing going to show you, he's like, hey man, that's just Pops, chill out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, get up. That's dad. But hey, that's how your father speak. Because that's how I said when your father come back in the day, back like my grandfather's grandfather, when they spoke, like you was afraid, like fear, like, oh damn, Papa says, everybody shut the fuck up. Everybody knew to sit down. They ran to the table, set the table, waited for Papa to come, nobody eat till Daddy got there. It was a total different feeling. That's the feeling that the father gives you. Hey, you calm your ass down, sit your ass down and shut up. Hey, but big brother, hey man, that's Papa. He ain't got to be scared, because he done been around Dad for so long. You know what I'm saying? He already know.
He get used to it.
Yeah, he get
used to it. He get the yelling and shit. You be like, it's all good. It's how he be.
It's how he is. Pop just over there.
Just deal with it.
He the most high. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
And Yahushua came and touched them and said, arise, be not afraid. And when they had lifted up their eyes, they saw no man, save Yahushua only. As they came down from the mountain, Yahushua charged them, saying, tell this vision to no man until the Son of Man be risen again from the dead. And his disciples asked him, saying, why then say the scribes that Elijah must first come? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Elijah truly shall first come and restore all things.
Exactly. So Elijah must first come and restore all things. Go ahead.
But I say unto you that Elijah is come already, and that they knew him not, but have done unto him whatsoever they listed. Likewise shall also the Son of Man suffer of them. Then the disciples understood that he spake unto them of John the Baptist.
That's it. Elijah was John in reincarnation, and then Elijah, John. Now you got other people. Read about that in Malachi the 4th chapter. Speaking about how he turns the heart to the sons, to the fathers. Getting us back to who we are. The scene was going Ezekiel 37. So that was the ushering of that, man. That was powerful, man. And that show you how true the scriptures are. That show you how true the prophecies of the Lord are. That show you how true this Bible is, man.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 7. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations.
That's just because Esau overcame us, and he came. When he came over with Gad, man, he took him over. Even worse, the west parts of Africa came over, shot us up, did all type of shit to us, put us on the boats, and brought our ass over here, man. Go ahead.
And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship.
And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him. Go ahead.
Whose names are not written in the book of life.
Exactly. So now, if you're gonna worship America, you're not reading the book of life.
That's right.
So
right.
if you're all about America, if you're all about this place, you're all into what this world can offer. Well, you're not reading the book of life for the Lamb of the Lord.
That's right.
You're set up for destruction because your life's gonna be destroyed. Because the most high ain't got your name written in the book of life. So if you're gonna worship this image and that whole thing, take that beat, take that chip, your ass is out of here, bro. You're done because you submitted yourself to this man completely. You stamped yourself, man. You stamped yourself. You stamped yourself under this devil. Huh? You stamped yourself. You stamped yourself under this devil, man. Go ahead. Go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 17, verse 8. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 8. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship, whose names are not written in the book of life.
So why you worship in America? Do what? Like I said, holidays, going to the different religions, being all about everything that America can offer, being all into this place. You're worshiping this image. Because what? You're giving it your all to it, man. Your whole mind is all about America. How can I form myself in society? Following the guidelines of the so-called white man. Everything he say, you follow him. That means you worship the man. And that's the only
JC. So his whole, like I said, the whole system is his image, man. Go ahead.
Got precept.
And the beast ain't Jesus Christ, ain't Christianity.
Right.
That don't make no damn sense.
It's a part of it.
It's a part of it. But his whole philosophy, his whole entire world,
So
man. Everything that he promotes, that's his image.
His jab and
That's
stab,
that's his way of life.
This is Revelation. This is Revelation chapter 21, verse 8. But the fearful and unbelieving, and the abominable, and murderers, and whoremongers, and sorcerers, and idolaters, and idols, and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death.
That's it. That's his nuclear fire. That's going to take place if you fall under this. That's all that America produces. So if you're in one of those spirits, you're going to be destroyed. And that means you're not written in the book of life. So you're not written for deliverance, you're written for destruction. Okay, so what's the opposite of life?
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 8. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship me, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb, slain from the foundation of the world. If any man have an ear, let him hear. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. And he had two horns like a lamb. And he spake as a dragon.
Now that's going into, well, like we said again, going into the Democrats and Republicans. Right? Because why? Go ahead.
And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him.
It says, so he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, because going right back to what Rome. Rome had that same exact motto. He had that same exact motto. Go ahead.
And causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth.
Speaking about America, he maketh fire come down up heaven from out of earth. Go ahead.
In the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live.
Well, now let's go into Rome. Go ahead.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Because that first image of the beast came out with what? With Rome. Go ahead.
And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
Exactly. So now that mark, let's keep going. Go to that. Yeah, get that word mark.
Hey, Salaki, hey, it was a video I put out on our IG. It was talking about, they were singing the song about the mark. And it was an older video, and they were showing that when they put the mark in your forehead, they said when they put it in your forehead, they showed them lay down on the table, and they did it surgically, and the doctors was putting it in their forehead and put it in their forehead. Then they turned that bitch on, and they woke up like zombies and shit. You know, like computer programming. Because that's what they said what it is. What does it do? It connects you into the interface of the program. Now this was back in the 90s and 80s they had this video out. And there was something that connects you into the system. And right? And that's his beast, the beast system. You're connected in, you're hardwired into this system, man. You know, and that's what the chip is for.
And that's his whole goal. And that's why it goes back to that one world order. That one world government. And that's why the Illuminati, they got the pyramid all CNI.
Complete control.
Complete control over all the people. So that's what Esau wants. So if you're going to worship this man, you're going to get put down with this man. You're not going to receive the benefit of the kingdom of heaven. And 2/3 of my people, they all going to take that microchip, man. You're going to take the chip. And when you get chipped up and beat up, hey man, y'all wish I come back, you're going to be completely ashamed for the shit you've done, man. Because you literally submitted yourself to this man as your master.
For what?
For what? Yeah, for money.
For nothing.
Because we ain't doing this deal. We're not standing for that, man. Go ahead.
The word mark means a stamp, an imprinted mark. Of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist.
Is that an anti? That's that. And anti-Mashiach is what anti-anointed, which is the whole system. Yeah. It's anti-anointed. So now they're gonna force everybody to get imprinted or stamped with what the mark, which is that chip, which is an implant. And that Greek word is corruptible. right? And you got the Hebrew word, and you go to Leviticus 19:28, and says the Hebrew for mark is go ahead.
This is marked in Leviticus 19:28. Incision, imprinted, tattoo mark.
Is that so? That's synonymous with that Greek word of a karaka. All right. And that Hebrew word there is kwai. So the Hebrew word for that is kwai, and the Greek word there is what? It's karaka. And they're both the same. But when you read Ezekiel, was it Ezekiel 9:4? You speak Ezekiel 9:4 speaks about the mark, but that's not why, which means exempt from judgment. So those two
It's the spiritual.
is as spiritual, and those two are what the cardinal actual marks. So what they mean? They both mean different things. And you got another word in the Greek, which is high side stigma. Stigma, which means implant or incision of what the flesh. So that's what's about to take place now. You know? Let me get that G5516. Put that in the word G5516. Go on there. Go back on that.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
Yup.
And that no man might buy or sell.
So no man not be able to buy nor sell, because now if you don't have this mark, you're not gonna be able to buy or sell. You're not gonna be able to go in the stores no more if you don't have this implant.
And they already starting stores like that. They saw the videos when they would be going to Walgreens or whatever. They had, in order to open the door, you gotta have the chip on your hand, so the door will lock. So it's already here, man.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
and that no man might buy or sell,
Yup.
save he that had the mark or the name of the beast
Yup.
or the number of his name.
Oh, number his name, go ahead.
Here is wisdom.
Yup.
Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
306, and when you read that, also you go Revelation 17:5, it speaks about that. You go break that down in Hebrew, it equals up to 666. Which represent his image, represent who this man is. So understanding and knowing, hey man, hey, these scriptures are deep. And you gotta really get into the scriptures, man. You gotta really get deep in this thing, because this whole thing is about prophecy. So all we're doing is bringing out prophecy of the scriptures, bringing it to life. Because John seen these things, and we're living them right now.
Living what he sees.
We're living exactly what he's seen, and it's today's time right now. You got that word? Go ahead, figure out. Now give me Revelation 17. No, go give me 18. Just give me 18.
This is Revelation chapter 18, verse 1. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitations of devils.
That's so. Babylon the great is fallen, couldn't have habitations of the devils. Look at that, you got the drag bus, man. Go ahead.
Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitations of devils,
It didn't become the habitations of the devils. Go ahead.
and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
So all nations have drunk of the wine of her fornication, her philosophies. And what's a part of America's philosophy? Once again, the chick. That's a part of his philosophy. And they're gonna be mad because why? It's gonna give you certain body harms. It ain't gonna, because it's not meant to be put in your body. Go ahead.
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
So the kings of the earth have committed fornication with America, right? Through what? Through trading, borrowing, through passing different treaties around. Go ahead.
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Yup.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her
The
iniquities.
Most High remembered her iniquities. So the Most High remembered the sins of what? Of Babylon the Great, and the things that this whore has done to the people of the Lord. Go ahead.
Reward her, even as she rewarded you. and double unto her doubles according to her works.
Reward to her double what she has done unto you according to her works. So what Esau has done unto us, we're gonna give double. Go ahead.
In the cup which she hath filled to her double.
Go.
How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously.
Yup.
So much torment and sorrow gave her, for she said in her mind, I sit a queen, and am no widow.
So her mind said, I said a queen, I am no widow, which what? I shouldn't see no death. I'm not gonna be destroyed. Go ahead.
I sit a queen, and am no widow,
Yup.
and shall see no sorrow.
Yes, shall see no sorrow. Go ahead.
Therefore shall her plagues come in one day,
One day, go ahead.
death and mourning,
Death and mourning, go ahead.
and famine.
And famine. So right, we're living in a time of famine. So famine is taking place right now. See, there's a lot of bread going around in America. There's a lot of videos of people going to different stores and their shelves are being empty. Because why? This business is coming to an end. This shit is done. America's about to go out. We could be out this year, man. Yeah. According to Sunday, we're gonna get that 716. Hey, come on, 15, 16. No, 15. So that's what we're going into right now, man. The famine. Got it? Come. So now, this is what Strong G is that. So this is Strong G 42, 47, 42. The word stigma, right? Which is the Greek word, is what? Stigma. Now go repeat that definition for stigma.
A mark, prick, or branded upon the body.
Yes, so mark, prick, or branded upon the body. And that's that what? That's that RFID. Go ahead.
To ancient Oriental usage, slaves and soldiers bore
Slaves and
the
soldiers.
name.
So now what? And
soldiers.
what is because when you keep growing Revelation 18, it speaks about they will find what? The souls of men. So the souls of men are gonna be found in America through this shit. Cause that's gonna identify who you are, that you are a slave under the so-called white man. That's gonna be your fucking branding. So if you don't, and so now see what I'm saying. A lot of you dudes, man, you are like HY, man, ain't teaching that the mark of two is the mark of the beast. You off as hell, man. Cause you're not in the spirit of your Howard Shire. Cause the scriptures make it clear on what that mark is, man. And if you can't get it, there's something wrong with you, bro. Go ahead.
Or the name or the stamp of their master.
Or the name or the stamp of their master. So you walk around with this shit, you're a master of what? United States of America. When you walk around with that beat, you are a part of the United States of America. That's your God. That's your owner. Go ahead.
Or commander, branded, or prick cut into their body.
Cut into their body. That goes right back to the word Hebrew word quack, which means what? A cut of the flesh, an incision. So those 3 words from Mark go right back to the Hebrew word quack, which you can read that Leviticus 19:28 speaks about you shouldn't put any marks upon your body. Which goes back to the word incisions or implant or plant. And then when you get this jab, when you get shot, it's plugging in you. And how many of us that got shots? We was going off. Because we're not supposed to let anything go into your skins. Go ahead.
To indicate what master or general they belong to.
Hey man, so look, if you following this system, bro, hey man, you a part of it, bro. And you belong to Esau so right, man. And that goes right back, and that's why Jeremiah 30:7 is so important, because that's gonna identify who the elect are and who the 2/3 are. That's gonna be our separation. It's gonna be to this chip. That's what's gonna come down to. Because we're not gonna be found taking this fucking mark unless you are of what? The devil's seed, which is what? The 2/3 you niggas. That's a separation, bro. Go ahead.
And there were even some devotees who stamped themselves in this way with the token of their gods.
Exactly, token of their gods. So now you had certain individuals around stamping themselves into other gods that they worship. So now, man, hey man, Jake, you're done. And these scriptures are coming to pass. So if you're not of the elect, if you're not going to hear these words of the Lord, well, you're going to be destroyed along with America. So you're going to follow right along with the society that this place has set up, the image.
This 2 Corinthians 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get in avenge of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Yes, so let's say so get an advantage over us. We're not ignorant to his devices. And what is his devices? His tip, his mark. That's his device. So we're not ignorant to that device. So now we know what's up. So when he come with it, we already know. Hey man, we fucking locked down, man. See, we ain't moving a muscle. We'll give a fuck less about a job, about money. Hey man, hey, that's why nigga the scripture says speak about motherfuckers throwing their money out and like nothing. Hey, fuck it, bro. Don't ripping credit cards up, getting rid of. Hey, I'm done. Cause once this shit gets implanted, ain't no more. We're trying to live in Babylon no more, man. This place is done. Cause now we waiting on Yahweh Shai to come deliver us. Cause why? We belong to Yahweh. We belong to Yahweh Shai. We don't belong to Esau, man. So we're not our master, bro. Our master is Yahweh Shai. So we ain't gonna be found giving praise unto this bitch.
That's right. Go ahead.
This is Joshua 24:15. And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day.
Yes, that's so. If it seems evil to you to serve Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, choose you this day. So this day is coming now. We're going to choose between either between what the good or the evil. Because that's why, because that Sirach says what there's a godly against the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly, the good against the evil, and the evil against good. That's the fight. So you have to figure out what team you're gonna be on. Either gonna be on the team of the godly or the team of the wicked. Because the team of the wicked about to go down, man. Go ahead.
Choose you this day whom ye will serve.
Yup.
Whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
And that goes back to the house of David. So we're gonna serve Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So you niggas can either serve Buddha, whatever you want, niggas want to do, that's on you. We gonna serve Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Yeah, JC, do what the hell you want to do, because once this shit go down, don't come looking for us. We never give you no answers. Shit, we gonna give you Jeremiah 15:3. We gonna tell you niggas get the hell up out of here. You know, we ain't gonna give you no prophecy, man. You like, look, nigga, we already been teaching this kid, man.
The third chapter, we already warned.
Yeah, we already warned you niggas,
Warning
man.
already been out.
We already
We
blowing
did
the
our
trumpet.
job.
We already getting it going. So, hey man, if you ain't catching the motion of the music, then nigga, you can get on, bro.
That's right.
You know, if you still be that Esau's to Eric, and that the damn mark is a goddamn cobblestone.
Or potato chip.
Yo, potato chip, bro. Get the hell out of our face, bro. You're a scoffer and you a unbelieving ass individual.
And that chip's gonna decide what side you're gonna be on. You take it, you're on the wicked side. You don't, you and y'all Bashem Yahushua.
Cause you're gonna have Israelites that knew they were Israelites take that shit. But you're gonna have dudes that didn't even know they were Israelites that they're not gonna take it. See?
So what was it? I was an ISU case. Was it ISU case in that one of them?
Yeah.
Was it IUIC so you could take the chip or some shit?
No, I know about the back, about the feet. They was there about the Vicky. They was like that, especially. Go ahead.
This is Matthew chapter 7, verse 22. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name?
Yes, many gonna say to Yahushua, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? Go ahead.
And in thy name have cast out devils.
So in thy name have cast out devils. Go ahead.
And in thy name done many wonderful works.
And in thy name did many wonderful works. Because if you going through the scriptures, a very wonderful work, and you healing our people. You know what I'm saying? That's a wonderful work. So go ahead.
And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you.
I never knew you.
Depart from me, ye that work iniquity.
Ye that work iniquity. Go ahead.
Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock.
That's it. Build his house upon a rock, right? Build his house upon a rock, and that's a sure foundation. And that's Yahushua. He's our sure foundation. See, and that's what we're doing. So we're the wise servants, the wise students that are building our house upon a rock, which is a sure foundation. But you got those that building their foundation on things that can't withstand. That there's nothing there. That's why Paul said, "Ye are master builders, and watch how man building wrong. Building what? Your church, your foundation. Because that shit, you could build your church the wrong way. You could build it in wickedness. You know what I'm saying? And it destroys the whole flock. Because why? You ain't built a good enough house."
Judges 10, verse 14. Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen.
Yeah.
Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation.
That's it. So this is what we're gonna tell our people, man. So let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation. So when it comes down to it, right?
This is Judges 10 verse 12. The Zenali and Zidonians also, and the Amalekites and the Amalekites and the Mennonites did oppress you, and ye cried to me, and I delivered you out of their hands.
Exactly. So every time we cry to the Lord, it's the book of Judges. So you read that book, that's all about Judges coming up into power and delivering us, because every time we got into captivity, we started crying. So when we crying again, and who's gonna deliver us? Y'all will shout. Go ahead.
Yet, verse 13, yet ye have forsaken me, and served other gods.
Yep.
Wherefore I will deliver you no more.
That's it. Hey, Lord was like, I'm done, bro. We niggas went off so much, I ain't gonna live you no more. Go ahead. Yeah.
Verse 14, go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation.
Yep.
Verse 15.
Hey, cause that's right, because during that time of your tribulations, Esau gonna be in tribulation. So go cry to that devil. Oh, he's fucked up right now, so he can't fuck with you now. You ain't got no, that's the Lord, man, being funny, man. Your hollers are sarcastic as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Let's just go cry to your other guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna tell Jake. So when Jake,
That's why I'm whooping their ass. They ain't gonna be able to save you either.
Yeah, come.
Now what?
yeah, because Jake gonna be looking around, and then see Jake is gonna be tossing to and fro, looking for every religion under the sun to follow when this shit go down. They gonna be trying to pray to Allah, pray to Buddha, pray to JC, you know, pray to Jehovah. Then they gonna try to get down with this.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah,
then they gonna try to get down with this.
Like toss.
Yeah,
like
try
to
to
and fro.
talk. They gonna talk. Yahweh Bashi. But the Lord ain't gonna hear you niggas in that day, man. See, cause your time to seek the Lord was now when the place of repentance was opened unto you. But once we, the prophets, once we get pushed off the streets, your place of repentance is closed, my nigga. There is no saving for you. You gotta go through this destruction, then come back on through the elect's loins. On the next side. You know?
Well, I'm gonna get to the point of this scripture, but you can start at 18. But this is Habakkuk 2 and 19. Woe unto him that saith to the wood, awake, to the dumb stone, arise, it shall teach. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath at all in the midst of it.
And what? So there's no breath at all in the midst of it. In them different them religions, there's no breath from the cobblestone, man. And that's what they do. But they go around, they march around it. There millions of, I watched a video, we got millions of niggas just marching around that damn cobblestone like it's something.
Man, they used to be on this recently. They was over there. They were all motherfuckers.
Yeah, and all this
It was going crazy, bro. It's like fucking anxiety, bro.
Yeah,
like you kissed the stone.
And I think back in 2017, it was a big ass pandemic of some type of bug issue. And it was all something like that. I can't remember.
No, it was
locusts. They had a big over there in Mecca. It was a big ass thing of locusts all over there. Yeah, I did a video on that shit, man. I think I did. Might have. I don't know. But I remember it, man. And I was like, man, see, I went right to that scripture. You know? Cause what? It's nothing.
Habakkuk 2 and 19. Woe unto him that saith to the wood, awake, to the dumb stone, arise, he shall teach.
Yeah.
And don't they say that with Nebuchadnezzar's tree? Ain't that wood? They praise the dick, right? Don't they say that with Yahweh shot the churches? And what is Jesus, right? A stone. And he's like this in the cross. But he's a dumb stone. And what do they say? Come arise and teach. And he said, come up. So this is all in the scriptures. So clearly
the stone representing the cobblestone, and that wood representing the cross. You know, and so that's what the scripture was speaking about. You know, that's what these people worship. These images that have no life, that can't produce nothing. You know.
This is Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 7. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand.
Yes, so Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. Right, America. Go ahead.
That made all the earth drunken.
Yup.
The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad.
Yup.
Babylon is suddenly fallen in the shore.
They gonna be bad because they done drinking them wine.
Yeah, that's it. They gonna be bad.
You know what I mean? You know, because when they find, and they know, a lot of them already know that it's bullshit. Because when you go back to Psalms, what's that, 83rd chapter, right? They already was confederate against us. So they already they know who we really are.
Yeah.
That's why you can look over, you got them ladies be over there in Syria talking about, you Negroes, y'all the real children of Israel on the Bible. Y'all need to come back home. So I said, the world know the truth, but they gonna be mad because it's like, but you said this wasn't gonna happen. You said the Negroes was never gonna rise again. You said you was gonna keep them down where you promised us. We were confederate unto you. We made an agreement with you that you was not gonna let the Negroes come back to who they are. You know, that's why. That's what the nations are gonna be so mad about, because the truth that was so long without fruit is gonna be revealed. It's being revealed. It is revealed.
Take balm for her pain. If so, be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed.
That's right.
Forsake her, and let us go, everyone, into his own country.
That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna forsake and let everyone else go into their own country, especially New York. Because New York is the biggest fucking melting pot upon the planet. America's huge. I mean, New York is huge for that, man. So a lot of them different nations that are in New York, they gonna bounce about a Babylon. They like, man, forsake her. Hey, man, the hell with this place. Because the famine just happened. I'm going back home. They're going there. Mothers and fathers send us money, send us back what's going on. And they're gonna be sending their children back money and send them back home.
Hey, quiet as kept. If you gonna look up the demographics now in New York, hey, they're losing people by droves now because of the shit that's going on there now. Because it's hard living. It's expensive as fuck. It's a shithole, right? It's exactly what Donald Trump said that Africa was. It's a straight shithole. You go through that motherfucking, it's piles of trash sitting up inside the buildings as tall as this shit. That's fucking crazy, bro. And fucking rats are fucking huge cats. You know, that's filth. That's straight filth out that bitch, man. But I mean, it's got worse, you know, it's always been, you know, but the shit has gotten worse, you know.
For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies.
Yeah, so look even to the skies. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 11. Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. Yahweh hath raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes. For his devices is against Babylon, to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple. Set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon.
Yep.
Make the watch strong. Set up the watch, prepare the ambushes.
Yep.
For Yahweh hath both devised and done that which he spake against the inhabitants of Babylon.
That's it. So that's what happened right now. So all these nations, Russia, Iran, China, North Korea, they all finna come together. Turkey, Libya, they all gonna come together, and even the whore, the beast, the beast, the mother, Great Britain, England, they gonna shoot, they gonna turn on America. So this judgment that's about to take place is gonna be so beautiful, and the Most High made it so magnificent that it's like, damn, yo, like this was masterfully done. The ultimate chess player is the Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. Because the Most High got all the pieces, everybody set up, and at a certain amount of time to hit this hoe, man. And it's gonna be devoured with fire and nuclear fire. And not only gonna hit America, it's gonna hit other parts of the world too. Canada gonna get hit, Israel gonna get fucking bombed. We're gonna have to rebuild over there because that place is just destroyed. All the damn post report they be doing over there. You know, they're kissing the praise and the wall talking about Hashem, which means in the name. So, man, the Most High about to bring judgment upon this shit, man. Right?
This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 29. And the land shall tremble in sorrow, for every purpose of the Lord shall be performed against Babylon, to make the land of Babylon a desolation without inhabitant. The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holds. Their might hath failed.
So now that confidence is failed. And that goes right back to Job 18. He shall be rooted out. You know, so their shit is gonna fail. They're gonna be like, they're gonna get weak. They're gonna like, God damn, it's like going on. And our strength is falling, man. Go ahead.
They became as women.
They became as women. So the America, right, the big bully on the block, they became a fucking female. A crying woman, a travailing woman. For what? Because she sees what? She about to go down. You know, when you about to put a woman to death, whatever the fuck ever, in the movies, she be she be screaming, bro, scared. Cause what? She know her end it's not. Go ahead.
They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken.
Yes. That's it.
Zephaniah 2:1.
Yeah.
Gather yourselves together, gather together, O nations, not desire.
And that's some other these speaking on gathered up to the elect. Oh, nation not desired, the children of Israel. Going back to Psalms 85, that they were confederate against it. You know? Go ahead.
Before the decree bring forth, before the days pass,
Yep.
as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you.
Yo, and that day of the Lord's anger is great justice what's happening to her.
Seek ye the Lord, all you meek of the earth.
Yeah, so seek ye the Lord, all you meek of the earth, you Israelites, Negroes, Native Americans, and also respected birds that look like other nations. But go back to the seed line of one of the tribes, right? Hey, seek the Most High, because right now, that's how we're living in. Go ahead.
Which have wrought his judgment, seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger.
That's just so weird. We may be hid from the day of the Lord's anger. What did Revelation 18:4 says? Come out of her, my people. Right? Come out of her what spiritually? That ye be not partakers of her sins. So now we can be hid in the sight of the Lord. In the secret places, in the secret parts, by us seeking him, man. Go ahead.
For a gate For Gaza shall be forsaken, and Ashkelon a desolation. They shall dive out Ashdod at the noonday, and Ekron shall be rooted up. Woe unto the inhabitants of the sea coast, the nations of the Cherethites. The word of the Lord is against you, O Canaan, the land of the Philistines. I will even destroy thee, that there shall be no inhabitants.
That's sitting there now. The Canaanites is what? The Hamites. But now we're going to refer this back to Esau, Edom. You about to go down. Go ahead.
And the sea coast shall be dwelling in cottages for shepherds, and folders for flocks. And the coast shall be for the remnant of the house of Judah.
Yep.
They shall feed their upon in the house of Ashkelon. Shall they lie down in the evening, for the Lord their power shall visit them and turn away their captive. I have heard the reproach of Moab and the
This is Psalms 83, verse 5. But they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagaregites, Gebal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines with inhabitants of Tyre.
So all these nations are confederate against the Israelites, which means what? They're against us. Go ahead.
Ashur also is joined with them. They have helping the children of Lot.
Yeah, they're helping the children of Lot. Go ahead. Yeah, Selah.
Selah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin at the brook of Kishon.
That's it. So now these nations are confederate against us. They want to see us go down. And that's why they were mad, because wow, we got this knowledge back again. Right? Because they said, let us cut them off of being a nation, and the name of Israel shall be no more in remembrance. They try to cut us off from off the earth. So now it's going to happen. Now we're going to do that to them.
Okay, I got you on earlier. Let me just want to get this one. This is Luke 23 and 30. This is Luke 23. It's Luke 23, and I'm going to start at 29. For behold, the days are coming, in the which they shall say, blessed are the barren, and the wombs that never bore, and the paps which never gave suck.
Then shall they begin to say to the mountains, fall on us, and to the hills, cover us.
Now we're going back to somebody's going back into their homes. You know, I mean, I was trying to.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I was trying to
Yeah, he saw, that destruction.
Yeah. I couldn't catch it.
Yeah, and that was going back to 70 AD. You know? Because that Esau was what? Was trying to what? Hide, man.
If I'm wrong, correct me. But it was the Midianites where they blew the trumpet and then they all fought each other, man.
Yeah,
that's why it says all these nations let them fight as the Midianites, man. That's that World War III. You know, where they slaughter each other.
That's it.
This is Revelation 6 verse 16. And said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him.
That's it. How does it read that part? It's like
This is Revelation 6 verse 16. And said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him.
that's it. That's how it's shot. Since Esau and Edom, they're gonna be hiding from the Lord. And those represents what? The caves they made, them underground bunkers that Esau has. Because when this destruction comes, Yahweh Shai is gonna be cracking them clouds, and we're gonna put forth that judgment. And they're gonna be trying to hide from the Lord. And that's how cardinal the so-called white man is. Go ahead.
That sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. Verse 17. For the great day of his wrath is come.
Yeah, for the great day of his wrath is come. Go ahead.
And who shall be able to stand?
Yeah, who shall be able to stand in that day? So the great day of the wrath of the Lord is come. Who shall be able to stand? That's going to be a great and dreadful day. That's going to be a bad time for the rest of the world. It's going to be a very dark time because things are going to really intensify. And that's why, hey man, these things are really starting to intensify through the spirit prophet behind my shop. And when this day comes, ain't nobody going to be able to stand no. Everybody going to be trembling, knees falling, right? Knees shaking. Everybody going to be scared because why? Because the son of the Lamb is coming to bring that judgment upon the earth. And everybody thought that the Most High was a gimmick, it was a game.
Verse 7. And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow.
Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Measure thou the time diligently in itself. Go ahead.
And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
This time we're living in now, so the highest is beginning to visit the world which he made. Because now we're seeing things happen. We just went deep into what? The microchip. We got into the words, the Hebrew and the Greek, the different high size stick, right? And cutting on the flesh. So we went into those because that's showing you what he's doing now with the whole V and the microchip. So all these things are coming to play, the famines. So now we're seeing that what Yahweh Shai is getting ready to visit the earth which he made. Go ahead.
Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world,
earthquakes, uproars of the people in the world, because they're riding in France. France, they riding all over the world, and then too, they about to start riding over in America. Because now, if this thing, if Esau really puts forth this thing about getting hit with the sticky icky, hey man, everybody gonna really start getting uptight. See, because when the food start falling off the shelves, and we already seen it now, things gonna really intensify. The hatred is gonna really come out, man. See, the 2,000 people are gonna show in these up and coming times.
Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world has a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
That's it. So everything has a beginning. Esau had a beginning of his kingdom, and his end of his kingdom is manifested, bro. That shit manifested, just beautiful. He says, open. Like, hey man, this man is at the end of his world, and it is evidently being seen.
It is all over the world, and it's being shown everywhere that his kingdom is going down and his end is here, bro. And that's why we're excited. This is why we're so excited, because we know once he goes down, we got next. Right? H-O-Y. We got next. You know? We got next. We got the next kingdom to come, and that's the kingdom of Yahushua, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 6. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. And everyone that shall be saved shall be able to escape by his works.
Yes, and everyone that shall be saved shall be escaped by his works. Just come out teaching the word. How is the edges doing what we're supposed to do? Go ahead.
And by faith.
And by faith. So by works and faith. And it don't say nothing about the law. Just to hit the point. You know, it don't say nothing about you. It don't say nothing about the law. Right? It says by through works and faith we're going to be saved. Go ahead.
Wherein ye have believed.
Yup.
Verse 8. Shall be preserved in the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land, and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. Then shall they be in a pitiful case, which have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment.
That's it. So they abuse the ways of the Lord, right? And they cast them away spitefully. I'll get that shit out of my face. I don't want to hear I'm an Israelite. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear the words of the Lord. But it's all good. Because see now when the calamity happens, you're going to be running to us. Everybody going to be looking for the man out there on the corner streets, right? With what they call the robes on, with the fringes. Where they at? We're not going to be out. We're not going to be out here, man. When that shit goes down, all hell breaks loose. We're not going to be out here, man. We're going to be, what's going to be, whatever the Lord God has said in that time. We're going to be waiting on y'all busting y'all shot. So like I said, for the rest of you niggas, that's on you, man. You got to figure that out on your own. You got to figure that out on your own. Because we did what we're supposed to do. We got the blood off our hands. We been telling you niggas this is going to happen. But you didn't believe. You didn't want to hear it.
Verse 10. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law while they yet had liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it.
Yeah, they understood not and despised it, because you didn't understand what we were saying. That's why it wasn't given to you to understand. That's what Scripture say in Matthew Mark 13, that what? Blessed are your eyes that they see and your ears that they hear. You know? Because with the Most High is binding the rest of our people. That's why Scripture also say in Romans 7:11 that the elect attending the rest will blind. Blinded what? The blinding of the truth, of the knowledge of what's to come to be delivered. Because this knowledge is what's going to deliver us.
Verse 12. The same must know it after death by pain.
And the same must know after death by pain. It's like at the famines, right? The sword. Because why? Martial law is also going to get ready to take place too. Going what? Hey, Esau's going to put for what? That military might. And also when niggas don't want to take that V and that shit, well, they're going to either kill you or put you in a concentration camp. And then we're going to see what's going to happen in that time with the guillotines. See? So all these things are about to get ready to happen. And we've been saying it for years. You know? Some of us been out here doing it for saying this same thing over and over again for years, man. You know? Go ahead.
And therefore, be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished.
Yup.
And when? But inquire how the righteous shall be saved.
That's it.
Whom the world is, and for whom the world is created.
That's it. So who the world was created for the elect. So this world was created for us. So we're not worried about how the rest of the world gonna be destroyed. We know they're gonna be destroyed a certain way. We're not gonna meditate about basically going back to Lot and his wife. All right. She was too into Sodom, man, and about her not only her goods, but also the people. She was too up into that, and she got destroyed for that, man. So we ain't gonna when the missiles start dropping, we're not gonna worry about our aunties, uncles, and man, look, it is what it is, man. You know, look, we try to tell you respectfully, right? We try to tell you respectfully. We ain't gonna listen, and that's on you. You might have a favorite eye. hey, you know, and at the end of the day, you're gonna see it get burnt out. You know?
And that too, when you look at Lot, what he do, man? He went in there and tried to save Peter. He's all right, shoot, let me try to get some more, let me try. You know, by then it was too late, man. Like you said, he was already gone.
That was just too late. Because even, because he had certain sons-in-law. His sons-in-law, he told his sons-in-law, they laughed at him. They mocked, and they got destroyed. They weren't homosexuals. But why? They didn't believe what he was saying. And that's in the scriptures. It says often Acts, it said, they that should not hear the words of the prophet shall be destroyed among the people. So if you're not compared to the words of the prophet, you're going to be destroyed. Because Lot was a prophet. He was prophesying of what? That ain't Sodom about to be destroyed. It's about to be destroyed, and ain't nobody listening. But once it happened, niggas was trying to, you know that nigga that left that Lot, his son-in-law was like, damn, fuck, where's Lot? It was too late. He was like, the brother said he was already gone. Lord told him, hey, get the hell up out of here. And he had Lot's wife, right? She went back, looking back as why she had substance, she had things, and also, she cared about the people. It was too good in Sodom for her, man, because she was wicked anyway. But see, she didn't want Lot to leave Mesopotamia.
No.
She wanted him to stay.
Yeah.
She was against it. She was a fucking demon. And most of just judged her for that lack of faith. That's all that was. That was her fucking judgment. Because she was a wicked ass. She was a wicked man. She was a wicked ass woman. But as so a lot of these wicked women, you're gonna get turned to a pillar of salt. Which is what? A pillar of fucking ash. So if you ain't nothing too, if you're an Israelite woman and you got a brother that believes, you better be in step along with that brother all the way through that time. The minute you go off, hey, that's your death, man.
And to speak on that too, there's only 2 times that a woman is referred to as a pillar in the scriptures, man. And that's as a pillar of rest or a pillar of salt.
Yeah, God. And people bring up, because that's true. That's the only time a woman is considered as a pillar. A rest and a pillar of salt.
Verse 14, they answered out and said, I have said before, and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which shall perish, than of them which shall be saved.
That's it. So there's going to be many that's going to perish, but it's going to be a small number that's going to be saved in this time, man. So you got a lot of people in this world, so a big majority of the earth is going to be destroyed. So everybody that you once had contact with, they not going to make it. And that's heavy. People that you work with, like I said, you went to school with, niggas that you used to be close to, if you look at you, you're like, damn, y'all not going to make it, bro. And that's heavy. When you really think about all the people that you know, they majority of them ain't going to make it. It's going to be a very few. And it, not the only, even the ones that are amongst that know they're Israelites. Now they don't know they're Israelites going to make it. And that's the truth. That's what Scripture say. There's just that what? That broad is the way, the broad is the gate that leads unto death. And straight gate, let me get that in Matthew 7. Give me Matthew 7.
This is Matthew chapter 7, verse 14. Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way.
Yeah, so straight is the gate, which means difficult. Go ahead.
And narrow is the way which leadeth unto life.
Narrow is the way that leadeth unto life. Go ahead.
And few there be that find.
And few there be that find. It's just going to be few individuals that's going to find that way of life. It's all the elect. The ones that we read in Revelation 13, the ones that read in the book of life. There's only 144,000 men and 1/3 of that nation of women and children that are written in that book. But for the rest of the world, they're ready for death. That's why we gotta be on our P's and Q's in the spirit. We gotta pray that our oil don't run out. We gotta pray that we stay in the faith in the fight, and that we don't get weak in them times come. We trying to be the ones that make it. Go ahead.
Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep clothing.
Yep.
But inwardly they are raven and wolves.
That's what we got, raven and wolves, man. And beware. You know, a men that present themselves as they know the scriptures, as if they know the Lord, they look clean, but inwardly they're filthy themselves, man. See? Go ahead.
Ye shall know them by their fruits.
You should know them by their fruits. By what's a man's fruit? His works. You should know them by the way they present themselves, right? The way they come across. You really get deep into it. You really see how they go into it. You're like, man, something ain't right, man. Because now you got dudes
on the street, wearing gang colors, he wearing hats and shit, and it got bandanas on, like they look like straight up Crips.
Right.
At camp. And then you got guns at camp. You come on, man. That's evident. That's evident right there to show you what kind of individuals those are. Niggas that go around, like I said, their heads all the way covered up. We're all black, shades on, can't see their face. Something ain't right, man. You know, going to gun ranges, they promote what? They promote violence, bro. We promote spirituality up here.
Go ahead.
Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles?
Yep.
Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit.
Yeah, so every good tree bringeth forth good fruit.
Go ahead.
But a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit.
And that's how corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. So what do you see out of all these camps? They have corrupt trees, but they bring forth evil fruit. Cause look, a lot of these dudes, man, they off, bro. They don't bring the spirit of Yahushua, cause they can't even understand the simple things that we're living by faith, not by law. We're not against the law, and one thing, we're not against the laws of Yahushua. We wasn't really be up here teaching the word. We would be in a fucking world. But we understand and know that we can't keep the law 100% in this captivity. We're not made perfect, and that's only when Yahushua comes. Now, yes, we strive for perfection, but we ain't gonna be perfect, man. See, and another thing too, Yahushua didn't want himself to be known. Because you read that Matthew 13, 16, he said what? He made
Now he's not known unto men.
yeah, make himself not known unto men. Because he's 13, 16.
This is Matthew chapter 13.
No, 12, 16.
This is Matthew chapter 12, verse 16. Yo. And charge them that they should not make him known.
Charging that he should not make him known. Because Yahushua didn't want to be known. Every time Yahushua did a miracle, he said, charging that you down, make myself not known. Because what was the difference between the Israelites in that time, Yahushua had spiritual powers. That was the difference. And what's the difference between us now and Jake nowadays, that we know who we are, and when you go where your friend is, that's the signal of what? That you have at the life. But you gotta make yourself known. If you don't want to be known, that's you. If you want to go, when you want to go to the mall, you know what I'm saying? You just trying to chill out. You ain't trying to be ass listening. You just want to go about your business, man. That don't mean you ashamed of the Lord. Because Yahushua was like that. Yahushua didn't want to be known like that. Yahushua moved the secret. So why can't we? That's what Scripture say. Yahushua was an example on how we should be. How we should do. And that's what that meant.
A wise ass serpent know how to get around.
Yeah, exactly.
He know how to move.
Yeah, a serpent knows when not to bite a nigga. A serpent knows when not to get into altercation. A serpent knows how to move. And a dove is harmless. Because a dove outwardly looks harmless. Oh yeah, you know. That's why the title says you should have a good name among what them are without. Saying what? When you go to your job, people say, "Hey, look, that brother, he was a cool dude. He was a cool dude. He came to the job, he worked. He wasn't talking about Esau about to get people death and shit. You know, it's just common sense, man. You know, you go to your job, you don't know if your boss might know something, and then it's gonna be, oh, you know, you fight. You're racist. You fight. Now you got a kiss and a wife. You gotta tell you got 5 people with my friends at work. Nigga, you waiting shit at work. Yeah, because come on, bro. Come on, go ahead, man.
This is Mark chapter 3, verse 11.
Come on.
And unclean spirits, when they saw him, fell down before him and cried, saying, Thou art the Son of the Most High. And he straightly charged them that they should not make him known.
That's it. They say Charles, so they should not make him known. Because why Yahushua didn't want to be known, because he knew that the more he made himself known, the more faster his death was going to come. And he knew that. The more his name got put out, the more he knew that Esau, the more he knew that the scribes and Pharisees wanted him dead. So he tried to be quiet as much as possible, but still do the work of the Lord. And that's what we do. We go on the highways and byways. That's us being loud right now. When we take these off, we go back, brothers go back, you know, do what they do. We're not going out here to our jobs wearing fringes and shit, going around the block, you know what I'm saying, wearing fringes and
We look like everybody.
we look like everybody else. We gotta blend in with the crowd, man. Come on, Yahushua understood that.
Hey, what he tell the blind man? Hey, what the blind man say? They asked me, where is this man? You know, I don't know.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
He told him I can't hear.
We don't even know where he's at.
He told him.
And to only
They try to ask the parents.
Yeah.
They was like, ask him. You know,
he don't know.
He
I mean, he just vanished. Yahushua was gone. He didn't miracle. He was gone.
He got the fuck on. Is this your son that was blind for all these years?
Yeah.
Who did? I know that's him.
And it could even, cause like Yahushua always moved. He moved slick, and they didn't know you couldn't find Yahushua.
He let himself be found.
And that's
That's why he told Judas to go do it.
Because when he was with his disciples, he was telling them things about the Father, about the King. He was putting the scriptures down, so they was moving in secret. You want to go walk across the street and see Yahushua with a gang of niggas, and they're like, oh, that's Yahushua, yeah, nigga, oh, hey. That's some modern day niggas now, man. Go ahead.
This is John chapter 7 and 3. His brethren therefore said unto him, depart hence and go into Judea, that thy disciples also may see the works that thou doest. For there is no man that doeth anything in secret, and he himself seeketh to be known openly. If thou do these things, show thyself to the world. For neither did his brethren believe in him. Then Yahushua said unto them, my time is not yet come, but your time is always ready. And that was the thing that was like, man, hey, go show yourself.
Yeah.
But he was like, I ain't finna do that.
Yeah.
Like, it's time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, after that, he went up there.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's with subtlety, man.
Exactly. And that's how we gotta move in Yahushua. That don't mean we're scared. We're not scared of nothing now. We just not gonna make our situation harder than what it is.
Hey, it's already hard enough.
It's already hard enough. Exactly.
You know, so why get this devil more ammunition
Yeah.
to put more shit,
Exactly.
to put more hell on us?
Yeah.
Because he already suspected the shit anyway.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? He already watching you this and that. So why you gonna make it even worse?
He already. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He already got the eyes on the
He
bird.
already-
The birds on the asses, man.
Right. You out here in a whole. I've seen this dude. I don't know who they are. I don't know the Irish. I don't know who they are. But they he got on the New York style, the boots and all this shit. He got the fringes on. He got the big mink coat on and shit. Stand up there posting this shit with the fringes. Y'all like, what the fuck is that shit, man? What part of the game is that? I mean, fringed out, minked out. He got this big ass mink coat on. You know, he posted this shit. I'm like, hey, yeah, like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, damn, all right.
Like I said, man.
I mean, it look sweet, no?
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
no,
The shit looks sweet, no? But it ain't that.
But it's cardinal, man. It's not. It's cardinal itself. And that's why you gotta see the fruits of the. You really gotta examine certain people. You can't just join somebody because they real the scriptures again.
Yeah.
And it's anybody can really do it if you study hard enough, man. And you pray enough. You ask the Lord, hey man, the Most High give it to you. That's
Hey, Satan knows scripture.
Yeah, Satan knows scriptures, man. So that don't make you no different. You know what I'm saying? You gotta really examine a man, how he walk, who is he as an individual, how does he present himself, man. You know what I'm saying? Like what are you really about? You know?
It's a lot to too, that verse I brought out, you know, just meditating on it. One reason Yahushua went by himself because he didn't want to come with an entourage.
Yeah.
You know, to the feast, everybody was like, oh, this, you know, him with all his people out
He
there.
didn't want to do that.
He wasn't lying like that.
Yeah, Yahweh, and that's what I'm saying, man. Yahushua was a very humble, quiet individual. He was a quiet
Came
guy.
humble, man.
He came in a fashion of a servant.
That's right.
Let me get that.
They say something though, but there's this movie called The Lottery Ticket. The guy, he won the lottery, wanted to keep it in secret, but his grandma or his mom, it was his mom who said something too. Yeah, her mom said something, and they said, you know, everyone came up all around him screaming, oh, you want to learn to go? Hey, we need something.
Oh,
But
he
they
was
had a
on the
whole
phone.
audience on the phone, yeah. And then some people walked up in the back. You know, and that's Jake though. And what, they all came around him and said, and they all came around him and created a whole entourage. But yeah, that's just all.
Hey, because we got this song, more money, more problems.
Yeah.
Right? So, you know, so the more people you hang yourself around, the more issues you're going to have. The more shit you got to go through. So that's why y'all try to limit that as much as possible. Because even with the multitude, he left. He said, I'm about to go. Because he was like, man, look, these niggas, I got to go.
They started saying, King,
He
oh, our
gotta go.
King, our King.
He
They
got to
started
go.
crazy.
Y'all said the bounce,
Yeah,
man. You got to get the hell up out of there.
This is Philippians chapter 2, verse 7.
Yep.
But made himself of no reputation.
Yeah, made himself of no reputation. So Yahushua didn't make himself a broad among everybody. Yahushua wasn't what you would call a celebrity in that time.
He didn't want to be.
Yeah, like niggas really think that Yahushua would walk around like he was a celebrity. He wasn't. Go ahead.
And took upon him the form of a servant.
Yeah, he took upon the form of a servant. That's why he was serving what? His brethren with the knowledge of the word, showing us how we should be to one another. We should serve one another. The strongest among you. He was teaching. He was teaching. Go ahead.
And was made in the likeness of men.
It made a likeness of man. Go ahead.
And being found in fashion as a man,
And being found in fashion as a man. Go ahead.
he humbled himself.
He humbled himself, man. So Yahweh Shai was humble. And that's another thing too, humility. And you know, a lot of videos will come about the humility, and that's true. You know, humility is also another thing. It's a big key in this thing to be humble. You know, you can know some things, but you be humble with it, man. You know what you know, and that's between you and the Lord. And you bring out your knowledge in due time. It's always a time to do certain things, you know, and that's why it's clear chapter 3. Then Yahweh Shai knew that. It was a time and place for everything. It was time for the place to heal people. It was time for the place to bless. It was time for the it was time for the place to. Then it was a time for him to actually do what he had to do.
And became obedient unto death.
And came obedient unto death. Who the hell gonna be obedient unto death? He had the power over everything, but he made himself obedient unto death. Go ahead.
Even the death of the cross.
The death of the cross. Go ahead.
Wherefore the Most High also hath highly exalted him,
Yeah.
and given him a name which is above every name.
So after the Most High exalted him, he gave him a name
That's when I
above
push
every
up.
name. That's why he gave himself obedient unto the cross of death. Go ahead. What he did when his father did. That's why he gave him that high level of stature, man. Go ahead.
That at the name of Yahweh Shai, every knee should bow, of things in heaven, and things in earth, and things under the earth, and that every tongue should confess that Yahweh Shai is Lord.
That's it. Yeah. Go on, keep going.
To the glory of the Most High, the Father.
That's it. So now when Yahweh Shai come back, then Yahweh Shai go, that's why he did what he did. So now his whole thing was to his father's will. So now I'm not gonna be exalted to what my father give me, to my father exalt me on his right hand. And that's when he gave himself up for the nation of Israel, an offering on our behalf, for our fuck ups. So then now when he comes back, he can come in the glory. He can come now with the chariot in the glorious garment and the angels and be loud, because he did what he was supposed to do. You know? Go ahead.
This is Galatians 3:1. Oh, foolish Galatians.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Hey, can it show you how Jake, man?
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Jake was just fools, man. We still ain't looking at these niggas still to this day.
This is Galatians 3:1. O foolish Galatians, who have bewitched you, that ye should not obey the truth, before whose eyes Yahushua Mashiach has been evidently set forth, crucified among you. This only would I learn of you, receive ye the Spirit by the works of the law, or by the hearing of faith. Or ye so foolish?
Exactly. So he's so foolish. Go ahead.
Having begun in the Spirit, are ye now made perfect by the flesh?
Yep.
Have ye suffered so many things in vain?
Yep.
If it be yet in vain, ye therefore that He therefore that ministereth to you the Spirit and worketh the miracles among you, doeth he it by the works of the law or by the hearing of faith.
Is that it? So Paul was saying, is it by the works of the law or the hearing of faith? Go ahead.
Even as Abraham believed the Most High, and it was accounted to him for righteousness.
Exactly. So Abraham's belief was counted for righteousness because the law wasn't set up. It wasn't given like the Lord gave it to Moses. It's the stone. See, it was only given to Abraham. But Abraham wasn't wearing fringes. The fringes came about in Deuteronomy. And that's in plain sight in the scriptures. So was it by faith or by law? And that the promise came by what? Through faith. Go ahead.
Know ye therefore that they which are of faith, the same are the children of Abraham.
Yes, so that means if we're of faith, that means we're choosing Abraham. That means when we see the promise, that's why we are at like Abraham, we're walking in faith. So if you're not walking as Abraham, you're not going to receive that promise, which is the kingdom of heaven. Go ahead.
And the scriptures foreseeing that the Most High would justify the heathen through faith.
Yup.
preach before the gospel unto Abraham, saying, in thee shall all nations be blessed.
Exactly. So that was all through faith, right?
So then they which be of faith are blessed with faithful Abraham. For as many as are of the works of the law are under the curse. For it is written, cursed is everyone that counteth not in all things which are written in the book of the law to do them.
Exactly. So now, if you're gonna say you're gonna walk according to the law, well, you have to be judged according to what the law is. Because now, how many brothers have women that are virgins? None. I haven't had one. Most brothers, many brothers might have had one, but a brother that you got a woman now, she wasn't a virgin, she wasn't your first. So you're committing adultery. In her man that she had, he's still nigga still living. So that's supposed to say, oh, we not adulterers and adulterers? Oh, ye adulterous generation. Right, so that's an easy point right there. You go into the sacrifices for sins. You go walk according to the law, you gotta go what? You gotta give burnt offerings. This shit don't make no goddamn sense. How do you get that understanding, man? How do you get that understanding? How do you get that lost in the sauce, bro? That's bad, and most I really gave you niggas a reprobate mind. Go ahead.
But that no man is justified by the law.
So no man is justified by the law, and this is why a lot of you, they don't like Paul. They don't like Paul, man. A lot of guys, they don't like Paul's writings because why? Paul is just telling what it is. He's being straight up.
Hey, Paul said, because you are some foolish Galatians.
Yeah,
You foolish niggas.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Because that's why y'all were trying to say in Matthew 22, or Matthew 20, he erred not knowing the scriptures.
That's right.
Or the will, or the power of the Most High. That's right. Go ahead.
In the sight of the Most High, it is evident for the just shall live by faith.
That's the hypocrite. The just shall live by faith. So that principle has always been established since the beginning of time. Faith has always been bigger. Because faith is everything. If you don't have faith, it don't matter how good you keep the law. What do you do with Esau? You follow his fucking laws. But you don't really believe that he's the man. You had Israelites that followed the law but didn't really believe on what the Most High in his word. So was it by law or by faith? Are we justified? We were justified through faith. And that's why the fact that we got the tribe sign, we do the things that we do is all through faith. None of us, the angel didn't come to us to smack us. You know, we didn't fall off a horse. We didn't get no damn epiphany. Right? We ordered the Bible and we seen the face of the Lord come out and it just struck us with all the knowledge. No. We learned, we got faith by hearing of what other men preaching the word, and that build up our faith, man. Go ahead.
Hey, Slack. I got a quick, let me go here. This is James. This is James 2:16. And one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warned and filled. Notwithstanding, you give them not those things which are needful to the body. What doeth it profit? Even so, faith, if it not have 17. Even so, faith, if it have not works, is dead, being alone. Ye are man. Yea, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works.
We saw faith through our works, and that's what all the men of old did. Abraham had to show forth his faith through his work, and that was what he went to sacrifice Isaac for what to the Lord. And not that only. When he left his homeland to go to a land he never even knew, that took faith and works, because it wasn't even established. It was because you had rift between Lot and Abraham, because they both were rich men, you know. So that took faith within itself. So in this whole thing, everything from the beginning, we all established about faith. Faith is huge in this. Faith is the number one principle of our belief. Without faith, we can't even be out here, man. Without faith, we can't even do his work. You know? This is Hebrews chapter 13, verse 1.
let brotherly love. This is Hebrews 12, verse 1. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doeth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us, looking unto Yahushua, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the
finisher
joy
of our faith. See, and that's it. Looking for Yahushua, for the forerunner and the finisher of our faith, man. Go ahead.
who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of the Most High. For consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest ye be weary and faint in your minds. Ye have not yet resisted unto blood, striving against sin, and ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you.
That's it. So now you had those, they didn't strive unto blood, right? For what? For the sin. And then Yahushua had to do it. But you already forget that you had to go through nothing. See? And that's another thing too. That's what happened also in this time. Because now when the shit hit the fan, the shit get how you had dudes fall out, they even suffer unto blood. And you already flee from these evil roads and instructions. You didn't even die yet. You know? And that's just what an individual's lack of faith. And you are not gonna make it. Let me get that Hebrews 4.
This is Hebrews chapter 4, verse 1. Let us therefore fear, lest a promise being left us of entering into his rest, any of you should seem to come short of it. For unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them. But the word preached did not profit, not being mixed with faith.
The word being preached didn't profit them because why? It wasn't mixed with faith. It was mixed off of a cardinal understanding, which is what? The law, or which is I'm in the truth because I can be known now. I got men following me. I'm this high up. I got this. I got that. I do. Some dude and I watched IYC a couple times. They be having a good time up in there, man. They really be having a good time. Yeah, they be having a good time up in IYC, man. It's like a Christian church type of spirit. They get married and stuff. One of the brothers went to the scripture. You want us to break that down? Like, no, I don't break. Yeah, it's like a funny thing. It's like a gallery thing. It ain't really serious, man. You got a lot of women in there. You got dudes. They just in there because why? Yeah, because it's a fun good time. It's all, they got their pass around the food and shit, got the feast days, they be having fun. They have games up in there with the children and shit. IUIC is fun. Right? That's that Christian shit, man.
All the GLCC, IUIC is all the churches.
Exactly. So are they really being exercised in the service of Yahushua, being exercised on what's coming to the planet Earth and destruction? Hell no. So they're not gonna be mixed with faith because why? They won't even establish a covenant. Because they don't even believe on the names of the Lord. So therefore there's no faith within that congregation. No fucking faith.
When he said Yahushua is before him,
exactly.
and he's in it, he's that
not being mixed with faith in them that heard it. For we which have believed do enter into rest, as he said, as I have sworn in my wrath, if they shall enter into my rest, although the works were finished from the foundation of the world. For he spake in a certain place of the seventh day of the wise, and the Most High did rest the seventh day from all his works. And in this place again, if they shall enter into my rest, seeing therefore it remaineth that some must enter therein, and they to whom it was first preached enter not in because of unbelief.
Yeah, they didn't enter not because of unbelief. So now you're not entering into the kingdom of heaven because you don't believe. You don't really believe in this thing, man. You don't really believe on what you're speaking, on what you're saying. You believe on whatever, on whatever different, what you think, whatever you think. It's not based upon the scriptures. It's not based upon Yahushua. See, by you believe on Yahushua, that's your salvation. That's how you enter in. But if you're believing on the cardinal sense of a law, that's not going to deliver. Because it's wax, it's old, it's about to create wax away. And Yahushua is about to give us what?
we're all gonna put it with inwardly in our new bodies, and we're gonna be what the walking image of what the Lord, because we're gonna be magnified. Y'all gonna magnify himself in us.
And it's just they want to do it just so they can wear the fringes like the brother talking about earlier. Dude, had the boots, not him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dude had the boots and all that because they think it's a social club.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
That's the carnal means, man, but not my faith don't really believe that shit.
Yeah. Appreciate it. This is Matthew chapter 7, verse 21. Not everyone that said unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Everybody's switching out twice.
But he that doeth the will of my Father, which is in heaven.
Right, he didn't do the will of my Father which is in heaven, you know? So they ain't saying to me, Lord, Lord, so enter to the kingdom of heaven.
1 Corinthians 14:6. Now, brother, if I come unto you speaking with tongues, what shall I profit you, except I shall speak to you either by revelation or by knowledge or by prophesying or by doctrine?
That's it. And that's it. That's how Paul spoke. Was all through a prophecy, prophesying, and doctrine. Right? Yahweh Shai wasn't coming about getting married, you know, and all this. And I mean, Paul would have come to like it. Paul would have come in that spirit of to get everybody married up. You know what I'm saying? All of those other different. No, he was coming preaching what? The gospel of Yahweh Shai, which was prophecy, which was doctrine, right? Which was reproof. All of those are the things that he was doing.
And he didn't come in a slick tongue.
No, he didn't.
He didn't come in another language. So you understood what the fuck he was telling you.
Exactly.
You could understand exactly what Paul was teaching you because he didn't come. It's like somebody come up to us talking in Spanish. We're gonna be looking up like, huh?
Exactly.
Or unless his brothers up here that understand Spanish. But for the most of us, we don't understand Spanish. Or come up here talking to us in French. Come on, Tale. You know, like you don't understand that shit. You know, it's like what? You know what I'm saying? But so Paul saying I ain't come like this.
Exactly.
He came straight playing the ponte.
Yeah, or speaking what they do in the church. They call it tongues.
Baba Shabu.
Yeah, like, what the fuck is that, man? Old lady over there.
Language of devil.
Lady over there throwing that damn anointing oil. Oh, that baby, shut up, man. What the hell you talking about, man? We don't can't hear what you're saying.
Yeah, won't understand.
The Holy Spirit, you don't know what it is.
Right, make that plain.
They just start dancing and shit, jumping up and down, the hats up and down. Like, goodbye, bro. And it's up to see that dude spit in that man's face. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's a bring it. Man, oh, bro, that shit was crazy. Hey, Yahweh Shai did that miracle twice. One time he spat on the ground, and one time literally Yahweh Shai touched the man's eyes. This dude literally spat on the man's face and smothered on his shit. And you can now see, nigga, what the fuck? Yo, so, hey man, the Christian church is bucked the hell out, man. We're not gonna get on you there, Christian, bro. That's for another day. All right, go ahead, man. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? Yep. And in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works. And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Yeah, ye depart from me, ye that work in iniquity, man. So like, you don't really believe, because when you read, you also read Matthew 23, I think it's like around like the 29th, the 20th verse. I was trying to curse out the Pharisees, Sadducees and Pharisees. Y'all said, woe unto you, Sadducees and Pharisees. Woe unto you, woe unto you. You know, I was shy got on him heavy. That's why they were lying to the people, and they really weren't sincere about the word of the Lord. They weren't doing it for their own selves.
This is Titus 1 and 10. For there are many unruly and vain talkers.
So there are many unruly and vain talkers, right? And you see, we watch these. Like, I tell them watch a couple other camps. We already know what the truth is. You watch and see what they talk about. What madness they spewing out. Go ahead.
For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision.
So especially they are the circumcision. Those the ones that know they're Israelites. There's a lot of them out there, man. Ruling, think like, dude, the guy Irish, we can't remember his damn name. Yeah, John, he said that John the Baptist was what? Could be a wait, whatever the fuck he said, man. Basically yogurt, if he said it was. What's that?
Somebody said it.
Young plate yogurt? Some weird shit like that.
Or John the Baptist wasn't a prophet.
Yeah, he wasn't a man of the Lord.
Yeah, man.
He's just some other shit too. You know, or Bubba Lie Black, he said about some, they believe mermaids are a thing. What the hell is that, bro?
That's a mythical. That's not even true. You know, hell is real. Esau can't be saved. We're gonna be saved by the law. The book of Hebrews ain't the word of the Lord. The RFID chip ain't the microchip. It's Christianity.
Ain't no microchip. It's June.
Yeah. John. The Revelation 13 image of beast is Christianity. Basically, John 3:16. What the fuck are you niggas talking about, man? Hey, none of that ain't in the scriptures, man. Go ahead.
Whose mouth must be stopped.
Whose mouth must be stopped. Go ahead.
Who subvert whole horses, whole houses, teaching things which they ought not.
Exactly, teaching things they ought not, bro. You're not supposed to teach those things.
Hey, Job was
Edomite. Yeah. Oh, what was it? Watch.
Yeah,
I remember them. I mean, yeah. Oh, and then another thing too.
Rap the News.
Yeah,
was great.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They was mad about Rap the News, man. Hey, but Rap the News was against Yahweh Shai. You know, Rap the News didn't even make fun of the name of the Lord. Go ahead.
Which they ought not for filthy lucre's sake.
Yeah, for filthy lucre's sake. For money, bro. Go ahead. Because you look at a lot of these things too. I go on these like some car and lines like that. Buy some cakes. You will see people. They'll send up money like a motherfucker.
They always sell shit.
Yeah, and they always sell shit. But they always say they always sell shit. But they be getting money like a motherfucker over there. Them test me on fire. $20, $50, $60.
Yeah.
It be hot. It be hot.
Oh, brother, something just got me a 20.
The 30, drop, you know.
I forget what they call it. It's these little words.
Yeah, they do it for it. It's in the caption. You'll see they say this is the download this much. Do download this much. Donate this much. Donate that much. Donate this much. I be like, God, you know, them niggas that made like $4,000-$5,000 in one fucking. And that's why they be on there for 3 hours. And they be on there for like 5 hours on the fucking stream. For you, my money be going crazy in that motherfucker, man.
So like on that too. You know, that's sounding the trumpet. When Yahweh Shai was talking about how they give their alms, he said, don't sound the trumpet. Because it's like when they used to pour the coins in, it would hit the bottom of the barrel and let everybody know that you did it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, we supposed to, if you anything, do this shit behind the scenes.
Yeah. It's like now on the live stream and shit, you can see the money you could add that shit up. Niggas made about $5,000 in one night.
Basically having a fucking telephone.
Yeah, and that's why they be on it. That's why they be on it for 5 hours.
Yeah.
They got.
That's our telephone.
That's why hey man, you dudes just fucking.
They get that shit from Esau.
Yeah, man, yeah, they Jake is wicked as hell, man. And they go right back to that John 8 and 44. Ye are your father the devil. Because that's why y'all try to curse those people out, man. Go ahead.
Teaching things which they ought not for filthy lucre's sake. But ones of themselves, even a prophet of their own, said the curtains are always liars, even beasts slow bellies.
Evil beasts slow bellies, which means what? Slothful. Evil beasts and slow bellies, go ahead.
The Cretans are always liars, even beasts slow bellies. This witness is true. Wherefore rebuke them sharply.
Man. And that's why we gotta get up, and it always comes up. Every time we go to the camp or something, that's why we in the spirit of Yahweh Shai. So we gotta rebuke them, man. Sharply. Yeah, you gotta rebuke their ass, man. Go ahead.
That they may be sound in the faith.
That they may be sound in the faith. Because a lot of them ain't gonna be. Go ahead.
Not giving heed to Jewish fables and commandments of men that turn from the truth unto the pure. All things are pure, but unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure.
That's it. So the unbelieving, there's nothing pure, man. Go ahead.
But even their mind and conscience is defiled.
Their mind and conscience is defiled by the things that their heads and leaders are teaching them, man. So you're defiled. That's why Jeremiah 23 going to you. That's kind of what the sheep of the Lord. See, because now you got niggas confused.
Awful.
Oh, I mean, you go, man. It's so many philosophies of Israel.
Almost worse than
that's why I start staying off my Israelite Instagram, and that shit be vexing me, bro. It gets on my nerves.
And that'll keep people from coming into it because, like, damn, you got this doctor, they got this doctor. They say something different. It's just like Christianity. It's just like Christianity. How many doctors Christianity got? Shit.
Hey, man, and that's why it's all our faith. We believe that we in the right one. Keep faith, man.
They profess that they know the Most High, but in works they deny it.
Exactly. They profess that they know the Most High, but works deny it because why?
That's
you,
right.
You denying Yahweh Shai by saying what? You gotta keep the law 100%.
That's right.
So you denying Yahweh Shai, man. Right?
Being abominable and disobedient, and unto every good work reprobate.
Reprobates, man.
This is Romans chapter 10, verse 12. For there is no difference between the Jew and the Greek.
Yeah.
For the same Yahweh over all is rich unto all that call upon him.
Exactly. So why did Paul say there's no difference between the Jew and the Greek? Because they all were the same. Because you have, like I said, Hellenist. When you go there in Acts 61, you like the Grecians, you go into that word Hellenist means Jews who make Greek their tongue. Right? Hellenized Jews. And also our people also were scattered abroad amongst that. And that's why when you read the book of Acts 17, Acts 17, 18, Paul was going out speaking to them, bringing them Yahweh Shai, understanding what? That we all are one. Speaking about what? The northern kingdom. Because they're the ones that were already pushed out of the land. We were Judah, Benjamin, Levi. We were in Jerusalem. We were in Israel. They were the ones that was forced out all throughout the world. And Paul was going out preaching to them, telling them, hey, the kingdom of heaven is for you also as well, you Gentiles.
Well, you had Judah over there.
You did.
You still had some Israelites that was Judites as well. Benjamin, Levi were over in Rome, over in the other lands as well. We were all dispersed.
We all dispersed. That's why they when it was the 10 tribes that are scattered abroad. You know, because we all were scattered across the world. Go ahead.
For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved.
Yeah.
How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed?
Yeah.
And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard?
Yeah.
And how shall they hear without a preacher?
That's just how shall they hear without a preacher. And that's not against you to be taught this thing. You gotta be, that's according to Hebrews 11, you gotta be taught this thing, man. You gotta be taught these scriptures. And as you, another thing to be great, to be a great teacher, you gotta be a great student. See, you gotta be the best student you can be. You gotta, everything that you hear, the teacher take, hey, write it down, make notes. You know what I'm saying? Write it down, meditate upon it. And through time, it'll work through you. You'll become a great teacher in Yahweh Shai, man. And that's all through time. Go ahead.
This is Romans chapter 10, verse 17. So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Most High.
Yes, and therefore faith cometh by hearing, man. So when you first came into the truth, you ain't hear about keeping the law. Oh, we believe because we keep. No, you heard that you were an Israelite, and that I'm an Israelite. You heard Deuteronomy 28. You heard Revelation 1 and 14, right? Job 30:30, Psalm 1 and 5. Okay, you heard different scriptures, Lamentations 4, and you started believing like, damn, I'm an Israelite. Damn, hold on, what's good? The names of the Lord. Damn. Then all that other stuff, the Lord came after that. Then you know I can't eat pork no more. Then that's when things started switching. But you heard straight because you were an Israelite. That was the first thing you heard, and that was when you started believing. It wasn't off of no fucking cardinal. It wasn't off of the law. Go ahead.
And then not only that, it was also the Lord that also put the Spirit in.
Yeah, that's it. And that's it too. As the Scripture says in 1 Corinthians 3, Paul planted and Apollos watered, but the Most High gives the increase. Yeah?
That's right.
Go ahead.
This is 1 John 4, verse 13. Hereby now we that. This is 1 John 4, verse 13. Hereby now we dwell in him, and he in us, because he hath given us of his Spirit.
That's it. So we doing it because he gave up his Spirit. And that's what we gave the Spirit of Yahweh Shai gave us his Spirit. Read that part again.
This is 1 John 4, verse 13.
Yup.
Hereby now we dwell in him, and he in us, because he hath given us of his Spirit.
That's it. So he gave us of his Spirit. So we had a spirit of Yahweh Shah within us, and that's why we can go into these scriptures, because why? Yahweh Shah opened up our understanding through the spirit. So when we heard the elders and apostles going to the scriptures, Yahweh Shah gave us that spirit, and we can understand it. And then now we understand it, going to it, you know, bring little things out, you know, and bring it out through the spirit. That's why Yahweh Shah is something with us, man. That's why we're able to go into the scriptures. There's no other power other than Yahweh Shah why we understand the Bible, man. He's the one that broke the seals.
This is Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Yeah, so faith is the substance of evidence of things hoped for.
Now faith is the substance of things hoped for.
Faith is the things
Faith is substance.
substance,
hopeful.
things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. It's like, you know, and that's what it is. So what are we hoping for? The kingdom of heaven, right? The blessings that come upon us. So those are the things we're looking for. Go ahead.
Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtain a good report.
Yeah, so by it the elders obtain a good report through the faith they have.
Through faith we understand that the world were framed by the word of the Most High, so that the things which are seen were not made of things which do appear.
That's it. And that's always through what? Through faith. Right?
The word substance means a setting or placing under. Things put under. Substructure, foundation.
They structure on the foundation. So the substance of faith is our foundation.
That which has actual existence.
That which has actual existence. So that's the beginning of what? Our belief. That's the substance of something. It's a beginning. You know? That's what Abraham had, man.
Confidence, firm trust, assurance.
That's it. Confidence, firm trust, and assurance. That's our substance. And that's what we hope, and that's what we hope for, man. You know?
And then it says, the substantial quality, nature of a person or thing.
That's it. So that's what the scriptures. That's y'all shot. You know? So with that, you know, we pray that was edifying. We want to give all praise to Abanawa.
Yahweh, Bashim, Yahusha, Bashim, Kakadash.
And them must be to the elder apostle, give millstone with that. Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
I ain't gonna lie. No, man.
Grab the oven.